Fabulous.
You want to do your thing, or do you got something new for us?
He's gonna sing a jingle on the spot.
I don't
okay.
have a jingle.
You got something new for us?
And we're back!
So scary. You have no headphones on.
I don't need headphones on. I don't drink coffee podcast. What is today?
He can't wear headphones because they give him a headache.
July 6th.
July 6th, 2021. I'm Benny Klein.
Only the 6th.
Your favorite insurance guy and your favorite podcaster.
You really are my insurance guy, too.
And your favorite podcaster.
Mine too, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I'm just going to leave that there.
Trent Hardaway is in the house. He's got the blue moon.
Yep.
Belgian
Cue
white.
the applause track.
Yeah.
We'll probably have to put some tape on this too.
And the all-new Lucas Johnson. Your second favorite podcaster.
The reimagining, yeah.
The reimagined.
Yeah.
The reimagined.
I would
Lucas
say
Johnson.
I'm a little bit better version. Yeah.
You still going by LJ, or you like the unit or
Yeah, is there
cyborg or
something different?
anything?
I don't know. I'll have to get back to you.
So the
I'm not
last
sure.
podcast we did was a while back, and it was all about your weight loss journey. Let's touch base on that real quick, and then we'll move on.
Well, I've lost another 30 pounds since then.
Another
so
30 pounds. You're still
I've lost 78 pounds as of today.
78 pounds total, and you're still. It was still a great idea.
Yeah.
No regrets.
Absolutely. Only that I didn't do it sooner.
Really.
That's my only regret. Yeah. I should have done this 10 years ago. Yeah. I'm completely, you've been dealing with me. I'm a little more motivated and everything else. So, yeah, I feel awesome. I feel like I'm 10 years younger or more, maybe.
Well, I asked him earlier when he walked in. I said, "So, is your head bigger?" And he was like,
Well,
look,
I didn't
I
know what
wear the
question
same
we-
size
He
condoms. I
he
don't
didn't know
know.
where I was. No.
Condom, schmondom.
Evidently, it's a little. It's a bigger size.
Oh, is it?
I don't know, but anyways,
The dome is smaller. It went from 7 3/8 to I can wear a 7 1/4, but it's a little bit big. So
it's crazy. Isn't it?
7 3/8. That's not bad, LJ.
that's what I thought. You know, it's mainly the fat on the temples has gone away.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. It was a lot of fat around my temples. Yeah, and my jowls, dude. That's another thing. I was like, when I look back at old pictures of myself, I'm like, good God, man, I had like this
The
thing.
Who,
You know
who
what I mean?
says jowls, anyways? But anyways,
Old people.
Yeah, right. So
I can't wait till this airs and everybody's gonna be like, everybody says jowls, but you too. So, anyways,
no, they're not going to say that.
yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't. The only ones that do say it will comment, like in the group, and it'll be probably dudes that are older than you.
No.
Nobody else will comment that's younger.
I do know how to spell jowls, though.
Can you do that for us real quick?
Sure. JOWLS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody?
I didn't hear the L, though.
Thank you.
I
Thank
didn't
you.
hear the L.
Oh.
And to touch base on the weight loss surgery, your wife, Brandy, wants to come on and tell
does.
her side of the story as
She
well.
does. Yep. Yep. Well, we're going to, there's a few details that at the time that I had to leave out because of some work stuff and different things like that. We don't have to do that anymore. We're going to get the full length, uncut,
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, we're going to get the whole story.
can't wait to watch that.
I know this is not the only uncut thing in the room
This
here.
is going to be all the flappy,
I don't know what you're talking
all the
about.
flappy skin. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of so how much? So now you can tell the whole story. How much did you keister from Mexico? Did you bring back some illicit drugs?
I'll get into it more whenever we do the podcast
Okay.
on it. But yeah, there was a couple of times, like when we were sitting in line. I'll get into it whenever we tell the whole thing. But where we're in line to get back across the border, because crossing the border is no problem. Getting back into the United States was the hard part. And yeah, there was a time I was worried. I'm not gonna lie, because my license is expired, and I went to get another one, and they wouldn't give me one. They gave me a piece of paper that said, "Oh, you're
Lucas
reinstated
Johnson.
or whatever. It's up to date." But I didn't have a picture ID that said the correct date or whatever. So I was sweating it, and like they were they would split people off and make them go over like in their vehicles and talk and all that. So I was a little bit scared. Yeah, there was some of that.
Well, I recently flew, and same thing happened to me. I actually went to Hartshorn to renew my license.
You flew to Hartshorn?
Didn't know you
That's a
could
long flight.
renew your
That's a hell
license
of a flight.
online. Didn't know you could
Did you
renew
summer
your
there?
license online. But I went to Hartshorn the
it's
day
horrible.
that I was flying out to renew my license because leaving, which was the end of May, leaving, you can fly because my license is still good. But coming back, I thought I was going to have issues, so I needed to renew my license. And it happened on the way back. The lady was like, I had a temporary license, just a piece of paper, and I handed it to her, and she's like, yeah, I don't think this is going to work. And I was like, oh, SOB, what the? And another woman walked over there, and she looked at it, and she goes, you have a year. So your license can be expired now. And I don't know in your case, going to Mexico, but flying around, the U.S. of
You don't
A.
want to chance it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but your license can. Well, no, you don't want to, and I don't want to either, really. But
when
really,
you leave
I
the
just-
country, you know what I
Right.
mean? You kind of want to have your shit together.
wanna have it all together.
In my mind,
well, I did too because I flew to drove to Hartshorn, and then so I could fly.
I knew you fucking flew to Hartshorn. I knew it.
I got in my chopper and flew. But she was like, no, you can have an expired license up to a year and to fly.
Yeah, back in the day, they would, pistol whip you if you was expired for a week and got pulled over.
Right.
yeah, dude,
You got a
it was
year.
big
You
Now they're
got-
like,
got a
oh,
year.
it's just a year, sir.
Well, it's like
Carry on.
if your address is wrong, it's a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's funny y'all said that. I got my real ID driver's license in today because mine was expired. And was it July? Started the process in February. I just got it, so that was cool.
You don't have
Jesus,
to have a
dude.
real ID.
I just got one while I did it, but I had to get a license anyway. So I said, just give me the real ID.
Yeah,
but you
because
just- but
after
it's-
October you do to fly.
No, you don't. And if you have a passport, and Trent has a passport.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a passport, you don't need it.
Because I smuggle.
extra-
I smuggle guns, stuff.
Yeah, but if
Right.
you're going to
Yeah.
fly inside the United States, why would you have to? I mean, I wouldn't want to carry my passport. If I was going out of the country, I would. But if I'm flying somewhere inside the United States,
Well, it's an
I would
extra
want to just-
charge, so it just depends.
Yeah, but it's going to eventually get to that point to where you're going to have it. I'm kind of like Trent on
I
that.
don't think so.
You don't think so? It's going to be on here eventually. Before long, your license
Yeah.
is going to be on there.
my license is on my phone right
Ben's
now.
deal is like it's
Well,
a
that's-
$3.75 convenience fee for getting a real ID, and Ben's like they're not
No.
going to take advantage of me.
No,
They're
I'm not
gonna
doing
do
it.
Not doing it.
All right. Yeah, my license is on my phone. Yeah, when they sent me my license, they said, "Here, you can go download the app
Electronic, yeah.
and let's do it." And usually I'm just like, "No, I'm not doing it." But I thought, you know what? It's free.
Yeah,
It's
Wow.
$3. Let's do it. It's not $3.
Free
It's
dollars.
$3.
They're not going to get you for your $3.75. They're not going to do it.
No, but that was 20.
Yeah.
And that's what they said. He goes, "Well, you don't need it if you have a passport." He goes, "Do you have a passport?" Because he goes, "Do you want the real ID?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess so." And he goes,
I'm a real person. Why not?
but he said, "You don't have to if you have."
They
it."
suck, dude. They're real flimsy and not
Yeah,
very good.
the licenses. Yeah, they
Yeah.
are. You're
My
right.
new license sucks. The
Yeah.
one that I got, it's not a real ID, but it's
Well, they're like, "Hey, let's make it cheap." They're probably going to lose it or break it, and they're going to have to pay $40 or $50 to get a new one.
Oh, real quick, while
That's how we
we're
make our money.
looking at my wallet, I'm thinking about it. It's a great idea, ladies out there, like Father's Day and stuff. I'm sure everybody gets a wallet. Nothing's worse than like the first month after you get a new wallet.
I'll agree with that.
Shit sticks in there. You don't know where you put it. Your system's not all the same. I just hate it.
Mine's the metal,
just wanna
the metal thing.
throw
Man.
it
It's just
down.
got the band on it. And it's,
You got bands.
there's no break. Yeah, there's no break into it.
How about this? I
it's
don't carry
perfect.
one. I don't carry one anymore. Carry it all on my phone. It's all right there. Now,
Now that's okay.
let me
I
tell
was
you
gonna say,
something.
That's like a coin purse
If
kind of
all
thing,
your-
right?
I was
Remember
gonna
the old
say-
man coin purses? Remember
yeah,
that?
man.
Yeah, I was gonna say if all your cards and stuff are like electronically on your phone and that's what you rely on, and you're rocking an iPhone, holy moly, that's dangerous. Because those things could go out at any time.
Well, what
They're
you-
junk.
What you
So
got,
anyways.
what you got to understand is,
Yeah.
is I don't have that self-importance thing that you do, that somebody cares about what I'm doing or where I'm going, or
I
that they
care
want my stuff.
when I'm talking to you on the phone, and most of the time we have an issue, and it's your phone.
No,
Something happens and it cuts out. But anyways, that's neither here nor there.
I switched back to AT&T and all that went away. So it's
Really?
not that. Yeah,
It's a new LJ, dude. New
Yeah.
body, new cell phone service.
Everything, man.
Everything's new.
Reimagined.
Reimagined.
It's going so well, dude. I hate to even talk about it.
He may be JL now. He's not even LJ anymore. He's JL.
Yeah, it's going so good. It's
your brother's name is backwards on Facebook.
For some reason, yeah. I don't know. There's no telling why. I think he may got banned or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, okay. You never asked?
Nah. Do you ask your siblings about stuff like that? Why you got your name backwards?
Why is your name backwards?
Oh, I never think about it, to be honest.
He's the backwards man.
Backwards man, the backwards man. I can walk backwards fast as you can.
We're all, yeah, go ahead.
I want to get to you, though, real quick, before we forget.
I didn't do nothing. What'd I do?
Right. I got to get to your story, and I've been wanting to have you on, of course, only because of this story, because
I didn't agree to talk. What's the story?
I want to laugh at you.
I didn't agree to talk about this story.
Pretty recent. You re-entered the bow fishing
Oh, yeah.
World Series.
Yeah, the U.S. Open.
U.S. Open.
Yep.
And I want to talk about that a little bit.
Oh, man.
It was great.
It was great.
You told me the story.
Oh, yeah.
And it was very funny to me.
Kind of had some new teammates this year. Tyson Warner from Minnesota and Will Larson from North Dakota. Great guys. Of course, me and Andrew McGee still. And went to Missouri where we won it. Went up there. Arrived on a Sunday the week before. Me and Andrew went scouting. And no one's never won this thing with 400 pounds. No one's ever shot 20 fish for 400 pounds. And we get there Sunday. And
what is it typically? More than that?
No, 300 to 350. No one's ever even hit 400.
Oh, okay.
So me and Andrew, we roll in Sunday, guns blazing. We're like, let's see what we can find. We get there, of course, we're sitting on about 550, 600 pounds. We're like, dude, we're going to just cakewalk people.
Now, where was this at?
Missouri.
What lake?
I ain't telling you where I was at, bro.
So you can
You
go
just
to...
show up with the fish, man.
Yeah.
You don't give away.
There was three lakes: Truman Lake, Bull Shoals, and Table Rock.
It's like you're like, I don't even want to say the lake.
Yeah,
names.
I don't say it.
I'm really not interested.
So what's weird is the first one came out real fast.
Yeah.
Was you trying to throw us off by stuttering those last two?
You'll never know.
Because I'm thinking
It's all a game.
that's what it was part. I'm thinking that first one was the one you didn't go to.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. Who knows?
I think it's the last one you probably spit out because I'm putting you on the spot and you just.
What's great is like Wayne's World. You don't even know what I just said. You're like, I could have named a lake in New York. You're like, Yep, great.
Yeah, but it's great. This is on. I can go back and listen to
Research
it
it.
again.
Research.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 3 lakes in Missouri that you can compete in.
Yes.
How do they keep track of that? How do they know you're not going to some pond?
They got lie detectors and stuff. I know.
They do got lie detectors. Okay.
Wow.
So, anyways, we're like, man, we're going to walk people. So, Will and Tyson, they arrive. Me and Tyson, we team up in a boat, and Will and Andy team up, and we scout the rest of the week. And it comes just an epic flood up there. Just water everywhere. Like, campgrounds are getting flooded out. Like, it's chaos. And we're like, crap. And so our fish kind of start disappearing. And we're like, what are we going to do? We finally decide, let's go back to that first hole. They're going to be there. We'll be fine. Well, another team we compete against a lot, TKO. They're from Georgia. Great team. Won many world championships and stuff like that. We run into them like Thursday night in that hole. We're like, oh my gosh, And so anyways, we think it's the winning hole. Of course, they think it's a winning hole, so they're asking around, like some of our mutual friends, like, is Andy and Trent and them going to go there? And like, well, I don't know where y'all going. We're like, well, we're not going to tell you where we're at, but are they going? And so they come up to us before the tournament, like, are you going to this hole? And we're like, yeah, we're going to be there. And like, well, we are too. Well, we drew out before them, so that means we leave the tournament faster than they do. So we get there first. And
how long before you get to leave before they do?
We beat them to the ramp by like 45 seconds. It's close.
Oh, so that's how long you get to leave before they do? Is 45? That's how close it is?
Yeah, but just whoever gets there faster.
Is this like bass tournaments where everybody they like go as fast as they can to a certain spot or whatever?
Well, this one you can trailer. So we were in the truck and the boat and we drove off.
Okay.
So it's basically however fast you want to drive on the highway and get there safely.
Okay, but everybody's got to be in the same spot. And then
everybody takes off at the same spot. And you can go to one of these 3 bodies of water.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we get to the ramp first. There's a boat right behind us, outboard boat. And there's another, the next boat is TKO and their airboat, and the next boat is another airboat from Oklahoma. We're like, gosh, we didn't see none of these people here this week, like besides Tommy and him, TKO, like where'd they come from? So tournament started, I think, at 8 p.m. and it's like 7:55. Bad light. You can't really see in the water. You can't use your lights. So we're like, we knew there was about a 30-pound fish right there by the boat ramp, and we didn't want to risk driving over there, shooting at it, and missing it because we had crappy light. So we asked everybody at the ramp, do y'all want to wait till dark before we put in? Everybody's like, yeah, absolutely. We don't want to scare fish off. Okay. So we put in, and my teammates shoot that fish right there as I'm parking the truck, and I'm back at the ramp getting in. They're picking me up, and I'm just getting just yelled at. And I was like, what is going on? And people yelling like, man, that's wrong. Your teammates out there, they're blowing out a hole. Like, what are you talking about blowing out a hole? And they're like, I know what blowing out a hole is, but you may not. But it's like when you cut donuts in a body of water and you make it muddy and you scare the fish off. I was like, no, they shot a fish. I know, I'm pretty sure they shot a fish. And they did. And so anyways, we're sitting there at the ramp having it out. Meanwhile, all these other boats are taking off. And I was like, Andy, we got to get up the water here. And so we hammer down on it. And I'm sitting there, and something didn't sound right to me. I have earmuffs on like this. So I look back at the motor, and all of a sudden, I see steam coming out of the reservoir cap. And I was like, oh, my God. And then you just heard, the guts hit the floor of the boat.
And what kind of boat is this?
Airboat.
Airboat, okay.
Yeah, with LS motor. And the lower, the lower radiator hose blew off, water everywhere. And I was like, oh, my gosh, we're done. Got back there and looked. Luckily, we just threw the belt off, so it instantly got hot. So get another belt, throw it on. It's a little bit too long. And now at this point, okay, we're done. And had our phone, so we're looking around. Back left corner of that airboat is that old belt. And I was like, what's the chances that thing stay in the boat, Luckily, I was like, I'm sure it's shredded. Picked it up, the damn thing's intact. And slap it on. Have to sit there and let it purge the water out, let it hiccup and stuff. So we lose about an hour fishing time. And
so you're thinking they're already there at the hole you were going to fish at.
Yeah.
Shooting all the fish.
And
they were.
And they won it. They got first. We got third.
Y'all were able to limp the boat. I mean, you're able to go fish still, right?
Yeah, after we were down about an hour fishing time. But
the belt held on.
Yeah.
Did you have to go slower?
Oh yeah, we went real slow. Took it easy the rest of the night, and I think it happened again. When we got back, Andrew took it out the next time before he sold it, and the belt finally gave up. And he was that close to giving up, but she held on long enough to get us a third place finish. So I mean, not many people finish in the top 3 of the U.S. Open, and we've had 3 of them now.
Really?
Yeah. Well, we got first, third, and fourth, so we got 3 top 5s. So
that's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, it's fun. But it sucks losing that way. I hate it. I hate it with passion.
Y'all were gonna walk away with it.
Oh, we were gonna hurt feelings. I'm telling you.
That would be the tough thing. You guys did your job. You had everything figured out, and then
And how many pounds did you guys get?
Oh, we shot 440, I think 440 or 430. No one's ever shot 400, and the winning team had 459 or something.
God.
Yeah. Barely beat y'all. By what? A fish? 2 fish?
Oh man, everybody! I'm sure those guys, like I said, they're top notch. One of the greatest bow fishing teams ever. I'm sure they lost fish, but there was we lost some nasty big fish.
What do you mean by lost?
Well, the biggest fish of the night, I shot it. The water had turned dirty, so we were about to leave and go to another place, and I seen something blow out, and I turned and shot it, and it ran off, and I'm holding on to this thing, and Andy said, "Oh, you're just stuck, man. You're stuck." I was like, "No, I'm in a fish." I'm not stuck. He's like, "You're in a log or something, And so he wraps my line around his bow and goes to pull it, like he's gonna pull it out of the mud or something, and my line snaps. And he's like, "Oh, you can just tie another arrow on." All of a sudden, that fish comes to the surface with that arrow in it.
Ah.
And Andrew goes, "Oh my god, dude, I'm so sorry." And I was like, "I told you I was in that fish. It was that big."
I figured by now you guys would know how, he would trust that if you're on a
It
fish
feels
or
like-
not, right?
I know, but I mean, he said, he goes, "I wasn't intentionally cutting you off. I was literally helping
Right.
you." He was, he wasn't trying to literally cut me
Right.
off. He was trying to help me, but it cut
It
my
snapped,
line.
yeah.
Mhm. But
Jeez, dude.
so it hurt. But
Because
you
he
know.
did believe you, or he's like, well, if he is, we need to get this thing in.
Oh yeah, that happened at the Oklahoma State Championship the other day. I shot a big grass carp, and it was
Fat
just
grassy, right?
fat popping fat grassy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know about
popping fat
that.
grassy, yeah.
Ben Klein taught me about that.
Right.
And I held on to this fish for 4 minutes, and it was ripping in current. And I'm like, they're like, "Dude, like, what are you gonna do?" I was like, "I don't know. Like, get us back there and see what's gonna happen," because they thought this fish was gonna pull off. We literally held on that fish for like 7 minutes with my arrow. Got back there and shot it, and it was big fish of the tournament. I think it was like a $500 fish. And you just
God.
never know, man. You just can't give up on them.
So you got $500 for getting this fish?
That one fish, yeah. We won big fish.
I didn't know about big fish.
Oh yeah, we won big fish. We won big 20. We won numbers. We won all. We swept the Oklahoma State Championship.
Do
We
they
won
weigh 'em?
every pot? Oh yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It was probably about 44 or 45 when I shot it. By the time we weighed it the next day in the sun, because we shot it pretty early in the night, it was 39.8. So
Why don't you post any of this stuff, dude? I don't even know. I don't.
Yeah, you don't put it in the
because
group or
Ben
nothing.
Ben hates it, dude. And I'm here to
cares
I'm
about
here, I'm
Ben?
here to appease Ben. Like yesterday, going to El Chico's. Like
Oh,
I'm here
God,
to
dude.
appease Ben.
So sorry you
Yeah.
ate El Chico's, dude.
Dude, I ain't been feeling right since, bro.
You have it?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, El Chico's is bad, bro.
It's so bad. My wife was giving me hell about it. I was like, I don't know what Ben's thing is.
It is
You
literally-
liked it. Don't even lie.
It is literally
I-
TV dinner Mexican.
Yeah.
No,
okay,
it's
it
not.
looks when you posted that on Facebook, that picture that you posted,
There-
it looked
if you
like a
can-
TV
if
dinner.
you can find that in the frozen section or anywhere else besides
When
El Chico's,
Pruitt's opens in the
I'll
morning,
go
I'll
there.
take a picture of it and
If-
I'm posting it.
No. If it
I'm putting it
tastes
on
the
Facebook.
same.
I don't give a shit. I can tell by looking at it, dude. It has like
Oh, dude.
the shreds of cheese. That's not cheese. That's fucking paper. That's yellow paper. They're stuck on top of it. Dude.
no, that's
That shit-
really thick cheese.
No, man.
Real
That's
thick
good
cheese.
stuff, man.
Oh man,
It was good.
El
And you
Chico
liked it
Mexican
too.
food is
You said you
terrible.
liked it.
I said it was edible. I had quesadillas. If you screw up quesadillas, then I don't know what to tell you, dude.
Whatever Ben eats, he always. What's the same?
but
you
had
get the same
steak
thing.
quesadillas,
Sonora
so
style,
was the
Dad.
steak good? Yeah, the burrito Sonora style. It's not on the menu anymore.
They make it for Ben. We talked about though. I know
Food is
it's a
terrible.
nostalgic thing with Ben. Is like my mom. I was a kid. That was her favorite restaurant too. So we'd always go to Fort Smith Mall and we'd eat at El Chico's. And as a kid, yeah, it was great. Hell, fucking Ponchos was great. And,
Yes,
yeah, you
dude.
know.
It's really not though. Not a nostalgic thing for me because Red Lobster was a big thing on.
Yeah, we talked about
for us.
that too.
I used to go to Red Lobster a bunch. Now, I don't really want to go there. Now they're biscuits.
But
They're
they
complimentary biscuits.
but they're real selfish and greedy with them. They don't give them out like they used to. They
Oh,
used to
really?
just hand them suckers out.
Yeah.
Now they hand you a basket of biscuits. You don't see them again until they bring you your food, and you're like, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, you know it's a corporate move because they're struggling because they used to be so big. Now no one hardly goes. You know, like you can't walk around with that many biscuits.
Right,
Like,
quit
you
throwing
go,
biscuits at
you
these
go,
people.
come
yeah,
on now.
we've got
We
to
are
trim
not
some of this
Landry's.
fat.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, honestly, you can sit there and fill up on them things.
They're complimentary.
They
and
are
they're
good.
delicious.
Yeah,
and
they
you can
are.
buy
So-
those at Sam's.
So what?
You can buy those at the store.
We talked about it. Was Red Lobster the face and the epitome of a classy restaurant as a kid in the 80s and 90s?
yeah,
I think it was.
absolutely.
See, for me, it was what's the Italian place? Olive Garden.
See, I
See,
don't
I-
remember Olive Garden as a kid that young.
There weren't many Olive Gardens back then, I don't think.
Well, now
Not
you get.
nearly as much as
Let
Red
me
Lobster.
say this though. Now I was probably 12 years old before I went to a mall. I'd never been to a mall before. That would have been in what 80? How old was I? That'd probably been like 88, 89.
Was it Fort
I
Smith
ever went.
Mall?
Did you
No.
go? Did you go to the middle of the mall?
No.
Did you get middle of the mall?
I didn't know anything about them. They were wearing clothes I had never seen whenever I went to Shawnee Mall was the first mall that I ever went to.
No, what is that one called? Shawnee Mall.
Yeah, it's just
That's a clever name.
And when I walked up there, I was immediately enamored with it. Like as soon as I got out of the vehicle, I was like, "Oh, cool."
I think
You
everybody
see these-
was back
Well, you see
then.
these movies, that's always talking about hanging out at the mall. These city kids are always at the mall. I watch Bill and Ted's Excellent
yeah.
Adventure. I mean, it's one of my favorite movies of all
Mall
time.
rats.
Fast Times at Ridgemont
Yeah,
High.
yeah,
Mall
yeah,
rats.
yeah.
Mall
See,
rats.
that's what I'm saying. And,
Playing
but,
on the escalator.
but I
That
didn't.
girl.
The closest
kid.
I got to that was going to like Seminole and going swimming at the public swimming pool. I didn't get close to a mall.
Well, you did
for
recently
forever.
Did
go
you
to a
pee? Did you
mall.
pee in the pool?
You did recently
Yes,
go
I
to a
did.
mall, and that guy told you, "Sir, please put your mask on."
What? Oh God, dude! Don't get me started about that. That's in Fort Smith. Yes, that guy's an asshole.
And that mall is called Central.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Fort Smith Mall is what I call it. I
Yeah,
don't
Central
know.
Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's a douchebag. There's a guy at Hot Topic. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, the old guy with long
Funny, you
hair.
going into Hot Topic. I haven't been to Fort Smith Mall in a long
Dude,
time.
this
and I
dude's
love
going.
Fort
He's
Smith.
got his nipples pierced. He ain't telling nobody. It's the only reason you go to Hot Topic is get nipple rings, bro.
Dude,
Oh, I thought you were saying this guy in there.
No,
is
that
got
dude. That dude's got nipple rings.
Listen,
Let's see him.
I only go because there's T-shirts that are halfway cool in there that you can get that you can buy right off the shelf, But
That make your nipple rings pop.
well, I don't go any since since COVID. I don't because of this asshole. That's why I don't go anymore, man. This guy's single-handedly ruined Hot Topic for me.
You should write
I
a
shop
letter
online
to
only.
Hot Topic and say that guy ruined Hot Topic.
Well, that's
for
why
me.
we're doing this segment right now. That's why I brought it up because
This guy
this
thinks
is better
that-
than a letter.
Well, this guy's like.
This will be what we post to Google.
Well-
We'll cut this little segment out and we'll post it on a review on Google, and we'll be like, "Here we go."
Like
Here
Lucas
you
Johnson
are.
did that hotel I got screwed at.
Right.
That Lucas.
Well, like this time last year
we
is
gotta talk
whenever
about that
I
too.
went there, right? And so it's at the height of COVID. You know what I mean? We got all that going on. We go to the mall. Everybody's got a mask on. All right, cool. And the next thing I know, though, we walk up and there's a line to get into Hot Topic, and there's like 10 people in there in this line, and he's standing there. He's like a teleprompter. He's saying the same thing over and over again, but he's disappearing into the store for a few minutes and coming back. And I didn't know what the deal was. All I knew was there was like a velvet rope line
That
to,
sounds
to
like
get
Hot
into
Top-
Hot.
that sounds
I
like
shit
Hot
you
Topic.
not. I can't make this up. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I could make that up.
Was y'all
So-
like having like a fruit punch that was like dark blood red too and
No,
stuff
well-
like that?
well, that-
It's the vampire lair hangout, dude. I know it.
Right? Yeah.
Well, if I remember right, we were going in there to get what were we going to get? Maybe it was some of Gage's for Brandy's ears or something like. Anyways, so we're standing in line. I don't particularly care for the mall like I used to.
He almost said I was standing there looking at nipple rings.
Right.
He almost said it.
I was
Which nipple rings are we
anticipating
gonna
looking.
buy?
I was looking on my phone at nipple rings to see where I could. It's like Lowe's.
Yeah.
I know that way. I know what aisle I'm going to and everything else.
Do y'all actually pierce the nipples here, or I need to take these nipple rings somewhere to
No,
have my
not
nipples
now
pierced?
that COVID. No, they don't do anything now that COVID's
Okay.
there. So, but this guy's standing in line. He's going. Whenever you get into the store, you need to the whole nine that you've got everywhere else. You need to observe social distancing. If you are found to be standing too close to somebody, we will ask you to leave. You will be trespassing. All this you got to wear. Your mask cannot come down from your nose. It's got to cover your nose and mouth. He's saying all this stuff. This guy's like 60 years old.
What's funny to me is when LJ was telling me the story, he said exactly word for word what that guy said.
Oh yeah.
And that was funny to me because
Well, I'm trying not to be an asshole about it because this guy's an asshole. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't like mass Nazis, okay? I don't appreciate it.
I don't either.
So, and this guy is the epitome of it, So I go in the store. Listen to this.
Oh.
I go in the store with my wife, Brandy, and after like 20 minutes of standing there waiting to go in Hot Topic, why in God's name anybody would stand in line to go in that store, I don't know. But we did.
Well, for a Van Damme Bloodsport shirt.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Other than
I was
that.
hoping for some Stone Temple Pilots, but they didn't have it. Sublime was as close as I could get.
Oh, that's
So,
That's no good.
I don't hate Sublime, but it's not.
that's not a W.
You know?
That's an L.
I ended up ordering them offline or online, excuse me, because I couldn't find anything good. So anyway, so we get in there and I'm looking around, just I'm trying to get out of there because this guy's pissing me off because he walks up to me and because I'm standing what he thinks is too close to somebody and it's my wife.
Brandy.
He's like, sir, you need to stay 6 feet apart from everybody. I was like, I'm in here with her. This is my wife. I'm in here with her. This is my life. I have this fucking mask on. You know what I mean? I can't. And it immediately pisses me off. And I turn on my fucking heel and walk right the fuck out the store. And have not been back in there since. Because what I wanted to do is strangle this motherfucker. You know what I mean? I was like, you're not saving the world, bro. In Hot Topic in here, enforcing the law or whatever, you're not doing anything except pissing me off. You know?
I wish you'd have went good, like redneck on him and like started jerking shit off the shelf and like, I'll never come back.
Man, I thought about it, to be honest with you. You know, I thought, because, you know, kind of like people say, well, I'm not going to watch people are disrespecting the flags. I'm not going to watch the NBA anymore, you know? And I'm like, well, you know, the NBA
Well, you're a loser for watching NBA in the first place.
Well, the NBA don't care. You know what I'm saying? They're not sitting there worried about this shit because they know people are going to come back whenever it all calms down. You know, I hate that. Yeah, I wish there was, I wish it was still a time where you could, you know, where everybody could boycott something. But no, man. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, everybody wants to be entertained. And so the NBA is entertaining and, you know.
Is it?
Well, I mean, to some people, I guess, or whatever. But anyway, yeah.
Ben likes basketball. I don't.
Hasn't been back. Have not been back.
I've walked by the store and there are people still standing in line to go in Hot Topic, and there's not even nobody has to wear a mask anymore. This guy's like out of a job. You know what I mean? He's like, you have to wear your mask, and we're like, bullshit. You know,
You
what
just
I mean?
think
You know?
he's out of a job. That's how much he's waiting on you to come back in there.
Right. He don't even look at me because I give him an evil eye every time. You know what I mean? I give him the stink eye. I'm like, fucking saying anything about no mask, man.
Well, I went to Disney World and
Well, real quick about the mall thing. So the first time you went to the mall, was there a Godzooks there? Because that was the shit.
Oh, yeah.
at the
What?
mall. Godzooks.
Yeah,
you,
man.
you have to say it like that. We
Yeah.
just always say Gadzooks.
Godzooks.
Okay, okay, my bad. I didn't know. I was like, did you
There
just
was.
mispronounce Gadzooks?
No.
Or
You got to put that hick Zooks
What's
in
it
the middle
called?
of it.
What's the
Like
CD
Bo
place?
Duke
Sam?
and Luke Duke. Zooks. What?
What was the CD place called? Sam's.
Oh, Sam Goody.
Sam Goody. Yeah.
And the Fort Smith Mall was gangster though, because they had the Asian cutlery store, and they had like samurai swords and throwing stars and shit. So
Yeah.
literally, you could go in the mall, get a little Annie pretzel, and buy a gosh damn samurai sword and walk around like, "What's up?"
Dude,
Yeah.
I bought Gavin a samurai sword one time, and he was like 10, and people were tripping about it. They were looking at me like I was the worst parent ever. And I was so hyped to get it home so we could chop shit with it
Yeah.
that I did not care what anybody thought about it.
You should have said he's studying to be what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
A samurai, dude. He's a
There's
ninja.
a samurai is another word. Shogun.
Oh, yeah. Dude, it was awesome. I
I
mean,
would
he
have
wanted...
said we've got guns at home too. So if he's gonna do
Well, that-
anything, if he's gonna do anything crazy,
Dude's got guns at the house.
Well,
I'm just saying that's what
it's
I would have.
2021, Ben.
That's what I would have said.
yeah, I don't know if that's a good
Right,
idea.
Right. I know people are always sharing on Facebook. I do not have guns. I threw them in the lake or somebody. No, I got guns. Okay,
I
and
got
I'm
guns
proud
in
to
my
have them.
head and they won't go. Well, I'm saying, I'm saying that if you don't,
I'm just saying.
if you can buy a samurai sword for, let's say, I think I paid like $35 for this thing, right?
Got to.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, why would you buy your 10-year-old son needs a samurai sword?
Yeah.
A cheap one. You don't want to buy an expensive one, you know.
No.
But I mean, a cheap one, and this was at a carnival. You know what I mean? Well, they're selling the damn thing. How is this my fault?
And people tripped out over it.
Yeah, I could tell people were like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God.
This kid's unsupervised with a samurai sword.
And I handed it to him. He carried it around the whole fucking time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like on his belt or whatever. He had like a ribbon. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And it was
yeah.
a fucking. You know, we had it for forever till it broke.
They have the
you know?
curve and everything. too.
Yes,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
It was sick.
Man,
You remember
the
those
malls
gangster-
are a dying breed, big time.
Oh, dude,
They're
I
dead.
Dan and I
Yeah.
were talking. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're dead. I mean, I went to Crossroads in Oklahoma City.
I just knew you about to say Orlando again. Like, gosh damn, man, we know
We're
that
bringing
you
it
went to fucking
I went
Disney
to
World. We
Crossroads
know.
years ago. I'm talking about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I walked in there and because I was like, oh, I'm here.
I'm in
Let's
it.
go ahead and stop and let's see what it's like. It was
It's sad.
insane. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, we went to a mall in Plano, and it was open, but there were no stores in it. Like there was
No, that's how
nothing.
this was too. There were people walking. Like
Yeah, you can
just
go in
old
there.
People walking.
And it was so creepy,
Making
dude.
rap.
It's like
Yes.
like walkers on The Walking Dead
Yeah.
trapped in there. You know what I mean? You're like, what the
Yes.
hell are you people doing? Right.
You know what it
Exactly.
is we're talking about Fort Smith Mall, that Central Mall. That was like gangbusters back in the day, good times. I remember like mom and dad, like on their way out, we'd go by Phoenix Village Mall, and that
Yeah.
was like the precursor to what malls are now. Like no one there,
Right.
people just walking, old people walking on the edge of it,
Yeah, they had a store. What was the store that was the big store right there?
Like Pottery Barn or
something
shit,
like
probably.
that. It was something like that inside of that
No,
mall.
it was like
Yeah.
it was almost like a.
They had a few little rides in there for kids to ride and a little play center, but there was
I can't
nothing.
remember what it was called, but anyway,
Phoenix is Phoenix Village still there?
I don't
It
know.
probably had a Glamour Shots in it, I bet.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know it had to have a Glamour
for
Shots
sure.
in that shitty
Yeah.
mall.
Damn, glamour shots were hot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
I think Central Mall had a.
You know, I noticed that my grade school teachers, a lot of them had Glamour Shots done, you know, with the leather jacket and the hat and all
Oh,
that
and their
shit.
hair's like blowing. Yeah.
Dude, it was like, even as a kid, I was just like, what the fuck? It was very Joe Exotic. Now I know what it is. At the time, I couldn't call it out because I hadn't seen, I'd never
Yeah.
heard of Joe Exotic. But
You
now
hadn't
it's
heard
like,
Tiger
holy
King.
shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like Judas Priest is
Oh.
what it felt like to me at the time, you know?
Dude, people thought that was the look, though. I never dug it either. There's like one girl who pulled it off back in the day and was Tawny Katan. And she had that blonde kind of blowed hair. It was, what was that music video she was in? Was it Cherry Pie?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
she-
well, yeah, but she's going to, no matter what she wears, you know what
I know, but she had
It's like
that
Elizabeth
goofy
Hurley.
hair
She
too,
could
the
wear
big hair.
whatever, and she's
Yeah.
going to pull it off, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But yeah, no, it was not a good look for nobody. And I remember looking at some photos. I took one when I was a little kid. It was me and my mom. It was like a what do you call it? Pixeled.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like on a velvet, like
Oh,
a deal. It was a
God.
calendar, but it was like pixelated. I can't remember what those were called, but I've seen them. Other people have that in their house too, and that was a big thing around before the glamour shots. It was a weird kind of deal. I don't know.
See, we had some family pictures made at,
I'll have to put a picture of it up on the podcast page.
You should.
I'm definitely interested in
Yeah.
this.
Please do.
Hell
will.
yeah.
We need more content.
We need some color in this thing, dude. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, I am color.
I want some more personal
Crackers.
type stuff in the group, man.
Hold on a minute. I'm an eighth of something.
Yeah.
But no, well, that's the funny thing about, to me, you know, I remember when I got into high school and I started buying my own clothes and stuff, I always wanted to go to the mall. Well, I remember the first time I ever went by myself without my parents or anything. I drove up to the mall and Chris Turner went with me. We went to Tulsa. Dude, and that was before cell phones and shit, and I was so scared I was going to get lost.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was terrified that I was going to make a wrong turn and not know how to get home.
Maybe you should have used MapQuest and printed off all those directions turn by turn.
Well,
Remember that
my
stupid
dad,
shit?
I think my dad tried to give me a fucking atlas. You know what I mean? He's like, "Here, son, take this thing." You know, it's just like dog-eared with fucking marker in it and shit, where he's made all these routes and shit. You know?
And that's
But-
that shit I'm telling you about, though. We're not even men anymore, and our kids are going to suffer for it worse. Like, I can't read a gosh damn atlas.
Oh, you should see my dad's face whenever, like, okay, I just took my kids whitewater rafting in northern New Mexico, down by Taos, and when I got back, Dad's like, "Well, how'd you go out?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "What highway'd you take?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. I just pulled it up on Google Maps and followed that." You know what I mean? He's like,
he scuffed at you, didn't he?
"Well, he don't even." He said, "How can you drive all the way out there and back and not know what highway you were on?"
It's very easy.
And I was like,
because there's so many highways.
"Well, and that, yeah, dude. I mean,
Not
what?
not the older men though. They're like, you get on Highway
I know.
19 up to
Yeah,
435.
I feel inadequate. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He's like-
because I get the same question.
40 out to 29, go 29 over to 73, go south of Alamosa, and you walk right into the store." You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't remember that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like going to golf shores. People are like, "So do you take this route? You take this route?" I'm like, "Listen, I can drive to golf shores with my eyes closed."
Yeah, but Boomer's got nothing to talk about. If you don't talk about
But
the
can
route
I-
to get to a place,
It don't matter.
what the hell else
It
they-
didn't
I-
happen.
yeah,
You might
but
as well have flown.
They don't give a damn what you did. They want to know how you got there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Those guys don't give a shit.
How
about
was
what
the
you did.
traffic? You know, there wasn't details. You know.
Yeah, when you went through Mobile, how was it? Well,
Yeah.
hell, I don't know. You know,
You went through Mobile at 5 p.m.
Yeah, you should have left at 3:00 in the morning if you didn't want to catch traffic in Mobile. That's
Well,
where you screwed up. right
Listen,
there.
there's some friends of ours that are down there right now staying in the beach house, and they come over to the house just to get the skinny on the whole trip. And I said, "Listen, hang on a second. Take flip flops, maybe.
No, I don't wear them. Can't do it.
I don't wear open-toed shoes. so.
Ben wore flip flops on me in
El
Chico's.
Chico's?
Take short.
Ooh,
That greasy, sticky floor. Like, man, what are you
God,
doing?
dude. Did you stop and wash your feet when you left? They should have like a bucket of water. Because you know what? Even if 10 people wash their feet, and at least it's not El Chico nasty on your feet when you leave.
Anyway.
I did. We were walking in. I looked down and said, "You're wearing flip flops."
What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Well, because I got some new shorts and
Uncleanly.
my shoes didn't look quite good with those shorts.
Christ.
Kind of.
Well, there you go.
Well, nothing looks good with flip flops. I can promise you that.
Nothing.
And
I don't
I-
care if you're wearing some Gucci shorts. The flip flops ain't gonna look
Well,
good.
I'm
Nobody
standing
wants
there
to see a man's feet.
I was
Nobody.
standing there about to walk out the door.
I don't even want to
had
see
my
a
shoes
girl's
on.
feet, let alone a
Right,
man's
but-
foot.
My feet are pretty though.
No.
Okay.
There's no
Yeah.
such thing, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to hear it. I
Yeah.
don't want to hear anything about it.
Okay.
It's disgusting.
I got shoes on now.
Hey, well, if they're
Thank
so
God.
pretty, just throw one up there on the desk for the camera, and I'll
Hey,
go
I'm
ahead and
telling
leave.
you-
I'll go ahead and leave.
I'm telling you right now, you wear open-toed shoes to the podcast. We ain't fucking podcasting. I'm going home.
just that foot, open air, just
It's gonna kill
permeating into my
vibe,
nose.
dude. I can't speep when there's fucking men feet out. You know what I'm saying? You might as well have your balls out.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, might as well just have your dick out over there, just up on the table.
That I can do. I'm more have to do that than stick my foot in.
Just let that old wet towel hang over there.
Bro,
No one understands
So where
what
were
we're
we
talking
at?
That struck me
At the
funny.
mall.
I'm just saying,
At the
some
mall.
friends of ours are down at the
very
beach
funny.
house, and they were asking, they were wanting to get a lay of the land and what they should do and do that, and, what's there to do.
Go to
And
the
I was
beach,
like,
get
we
some
go to
sand in the
beach.
crack of your ass, go
I know,
get
man.
sunburnt, go home.
yeah, I mean, people make too much of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like whenever we're gonna go whitewater rafting, everybody's like, "Well, what are you gonna take?" And I'm like, "My swimming trunks."
Right. That's all you need, man.
Are you
know?
going to take any flip flops?
I didn't.
Hell no.
I actually had closed-toed shoes. If
Have
you'll
you seen his Crocs?
they're not Crocs, bro. They're Merrell. They're Merrell.
As long
seen
as his
his
feet are
Merrell?
covered, his toes, I don't care.
They're a
They do
knockoff
cover.
of Crocs, and they're hideous.
Who
They're
gives a shit?
terrible.
I'm just a
Who cares about my flip flops then?
I'm just a hater though,
That's what I
man.
don't
Like I see people like a lot
You
of
still
our,
wear those Merrills?
If I need to get in the water, yes.
if you got to. I
Did
mean,
you wear them on
I-
that trip?
They're very handy. Into the water. I didn't wear them the whole
Dude, you
time.
falling in the water?
Yes.
Hilarious.
Yes, if anybody wants to
Picture?
know what those shoes look like, go look at the pictures I posted of me
Oh,
falling out of
yes.
there, and that you have a front row seat
I'll
to
take a
what those
picture
shoes
of them.
look
I'll
like.
post them on there.
zoom in just on the Merrills. I'd like to see them. They got to be way better than flip flops.
They're like flamed.
Oh,
They're like
No,
engraved
they
or
have like they're like a teardrop shaped
are
holes
they,
all
are they
in 'em.
neon colored?
No, they're black.
Okay,
they're
you're good.
black.
He's good then.
Well, my flip flops are black.
Yeah, your toes
But
are
your
showing,
damn
bro.
feet are on top of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know your feet are white.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, I don't care how pretty they are.
That's
Them
like when-
images are white.
That's like when girls wear the Birkenstock.
They're soft,
and
dude.
after a while, like
Gross.
the sole, like not the sole, like the bottom, but the top where their foot is stained from their nasty foot, and they
No.
still wear them.
No,
dude?
that's not-
Yeah, no.
I'm
Did they
not
do
that.
it? They do it though.
Not me though.
Oh, dude. But what was I gonna say?
That don't happen to me. Come on.
Oh, I was gonna talk about. I guess I'm just. I don't know. Maybe just hating today, or just a hater. But I see everybody going to the beach and stuff, and look like they're having a great time.
can't hate on the
And-
beach.
And, like a week later, like they're like, oh, my batteries are recharged, and I'm heading home, and everybody just burnt to death, just sunburned.
Hell
and
no.
shit. Look like, dude, you look rough. You don't look recharged. You look like you got your ass kicked at the beach.
I
dude.
was
You're
tired
like,
of
"Oh."
shit. When I got done at whitewater rafting, I mean,
That's different than going to the beach. though.
well,
Whitewater
not for me,
rafting?
because if I go to the beach, I don't want to fucking lay around under the umbrella. I want to get out there and surf, or let's do some
Right,
shit.
yeah,
You know what I
you-
mean?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
kind of one of those people that if we're going to be there, I want to experience a few things, not just lay around. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a personal thing.
I want to see, what the hot topic in this town's got.
My
you know?
my batteries are going to be charged.
Dude, your
are
batteries don't
charged.
get charged, bro. Mine don't. I go to the beach. I got raccoon eyes. I just got sand in my butthole. I
No,
don't
dude,
feel good.
I don't want to leave.
Really?
I don't ever want to leave when I'm there. Never.
Maybe it's just the kind of guy who wears flip flops. Beach
Maybe
safe.
it is, man. I don't like to go. Like
Maybe you're like Jimmy Buffett. Oh yeah, that ain't bad. Like exoskeleton.
don't lie. If
tell
you're,
you
if you're
something.
listening to the
I
podcast,
said
LJ
that-
has pulled up a picture of his Merrills,
Yeah,
and I have a pair of Merrills as well.
they're fucking
That's
sick.
way too close.
Let me tell you what they are. They're not flip flops. And let me tell you another
I will
thing.
tell you this: with Merrills,
I don't see his toes, bro.
I was ejected out of that boat. Ejected at a high rate of speed. Okay, I hit the side of my head hit the water so hard.
I'll be right back.
It
Go
gave
ahead.
me a headache.
Where are you going?
I'm just gonna be right back.
And my shoes stayed on. Okay, I did not lose my shoes. If I'd had flip flops or some shit like that, I'd have lost my shoes.
Well, I'm not going to wear flip flops water rafting.
What are you gonna wear?
Probably no shoes.
Barefooted?
Yeah.
Barefooted?
Yes. Why not?
What sorcery is this? Who walks around barefooted?
I do.
You're gonna go, dude. There's rocks everywhere, big rocks and shit.
Yeah, but are you walking on them?
Why you think I wore the fucking shoes?
Or
Yes.
did you walk on them? Why?
Yes.
Why did you walk on them?
You have to get in the boat. How the
Well,
fuck you can get in the boat without walking?
Just get down there with your bare feet.
No, sir.
Okay, well, I'm not against wearing shoes for that
You're gonna want
purpose.
something on your feet, dude.
Okay, well.
I saw nobody barefooted in this
Really?
whole fucking. There was a party of 28 in our thing. Like there was several boats that went with us, and even the party of 28, nobody was barefooted. Everybody had some shit. They might have been water socks, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or something like that. But they had something.
I
on
may
their
have
feet.
something like that on.
'Cause- Well, for one thing, there could be broken bottles. I mean, this is the Rio Grande.
Well,
you
that's
know
what I was
I'm
going to
saying?
say, too. That's something you got to think about.
That's the shit I think about is like fishing lures and that kind of shit. You know
Yeah,
what I
because
mean?
one time when I was a kid, we all went out to Robert's Cave.
Oh, damn.
A group of us, and my parents' friends too. And one of the guys there, he ran and I could say his name. But he ran and jumped into the water, and cut his foot, sliced it open,
Hell yeah.
wide open on a bottle. Right there
Hell
at
yes,
Robert's
dude.
Cave.
Yes. People suck, man. I'm
He
telling
immediately
you.
out and to the hospital.
Shit, yeah. Man, I don't go in the water with shoes off. No, sir. Unless
This
it's
is before water shoes. This is
Damn.
when
I
was a
wore
kid.
old tennis shoes. That's no shit. I'm not kidding. Whenever I went swimming, okay, I'll say this. If I'm in a pool, no, I don't wear any shoes. But in public water where just anybody can get to it, hell yeah, dude. I got something on my feet. I wear old tennis shoes if nothing else.
public water. What do you mean?
I mean, like at a lake or,
Oh.
in the ocean or something like
You
that.
don't get in the lake with.
I have something on my feet. Something
be
that
smart.
protects me. Well, for the simple fact of I've stepped on shit and cut my feet before.
Yeah.
For real. You know what I mean? So you got to be proactive a little bit. To me, I mean, even as a kid, I was paranoid about cutting my feet and shit. I don't know why. I mean, I can't really say that I've always been that prepared in every area of my life. But when it comes to water, you can't see what's down there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you could cut your feet. So I don't give a shit if you can run across gravel. I would have something on my feet.
I
if
can run
was-
across.
I said that yesterday. I said, "What happens? If
Even though I have
shit
soft
goes
feet.
shit goes down." Ben's like, "I can run, bro, barefoot," and I was like,
I can run a lot faster barefooted than.
"Be stepping on the glass or something, bro."
Because
you know?
I'm like that
You'll be
too. I'm
hopping
gonna say prepared. I'm not gonna wear any kind of boots or whatever because if you need to get somewhere fast, you can't run very fast in boots. But in flip flops, I can run in flip flops, and I can also kick those things right off and take off and fly. So it's not a big deal to wear flip flops for me. I'm prepared wearing flip flops.
So we're still in the trust room here. I can tell something.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody else does this. but
circle of trust.
circle of trust, whatever it is, trust room. Ben's like, hey, I'm gonna head up there this time, be there. Like, let's get this podcast started because we all want to get it started, get it knocked out. But Ben,
I do.
you do, and so I made a lap through here, and Ben wasn't here. I was like, I'm not gonna give this son of a bitch a satisfaction that I'm sitting here waiting on him.
It happens all
So
the time.
I just drove. I just kept driving, dude.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, I'm going to let Ben get there before I do, and then he's waiting on me.
Yeah.
I couldn't have showed up.
Does anybody else do that?
I've been here many times before him and been like this. Jesus.
I know.
And
If
I've been here a million
if I sit
times
here and wait
before
on
him.
Ben,
You'd
I'm gonna
like
get
to.
mad. I'm gonna get so mad.
There's other shit I could be doing.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm never early anywhere because I don't like waiting on people.
No, you don't. That's why I made you wait because you almost made me wait. I drove by and I was like, I can go do something else. So I just went to the store.
I don't see how,
got some
because
gas. I just did.
You're sitting here about to get in the shower, and I literally ran into my house.
Oh, dude,
and
I got
gathered everything up.
I got in the shower.
Got in the shower and hauled ass.
Then I
here.
played with my kids for a while, like messed around.
No
So
way.
I knew you weren't gonna be here early.
No way.
And I drove by and you
What
weren't
time
here.
did you drive by here?
I don't know because when I drove back
Right.
by again,
You're making it up.
no,
This is a
when I
made
drove
up
back by
story.
again, you were here first. I was like, okay, I'm gonna let them simmer a little bit longer. And I drove back, and then LJ was here.
Well, let's see. Now, earlier, whenever Ben contacted me about podcasting, I was like, "Yeah, I'm weed eating right now, though." And then I cut my weed eating short. which I'm glad I did because right whenever I was about to quit, Gavin FaceTimed me, and he had his first
Yeah,
OTA.
Let's talk about Gavin. We haven't said anything
Well,
on the podcast.
real quickly,
officially.
I'll kinda
'Cause I know
run
that we want Gavin to come on, of course, next time he's in town. Because
Well, today was move-in day for the football players. They had
we don't even know what he's doing. We have never even talked about what he's doing. Last time we
I'm
had Gavin
sorry.
on was
A long
it
time
was
ago.
before
Last
the
year?
season started,
yeah.
and we have not really it'd have
Been
talked
August
about,
of last year, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
we have talked about like the way that the McAllister football went, but we really haven't officially talked about what's going on with Gavin.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah. When's the last time y'all podcasted?
Been a while, dude.
It's been
Months.
a while. Yeah,
Months.
yeah, but not anymore.
Oh no, now
We're back in it.
yeah, we're in it.
Well,
We're prepared like freaking water shoes prepared.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
No flip flops around here.
My Merrells are water
no
shoes.
flip flops.
My Merrells are water shoes, or in the field, or in the trails.
Now
or
I did
whatever.
see some that are similar to. I know which ones you have. I remember seeing you wear.
Still
them.
have them.
Well, I'm not surprised. You'll probably have them one of these days in your will. You'll will them to somebody. But
You want 'em?
but I did see some shoes that had like net on the. They looked like shoes, but they had like net for water to drain out of, which was pretty cool. If I'd have known about those, I'd have probably got those instead of the Merrells. All truth,
Yeah, because those shoes you bought are the ugliest shoes I've ever seen.
Yes, who gives a shit? They're water shoes, bro. And I have really white feet, so it makes it even worse. My wife hates them.
Oh, she does.
Hates them.
Man, I'm telling you right now, no guy, woman, animal is ever gonna go, man, you have really nice feet, Ben.
No, nobody's
Never.
Gonna do
I
that.
don't think it's ever even been
It's
said.
never
to
been
me.
said. It's never
You
been
think
brought.
so?
It's never been brought up.
You're right, it hadn't.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, feet are the most overrated appendage there is, other than whenever I need them to walk.
And if someone ever does come up to you and does offer that to you,
yeah.
Just-
No, they're lying.
just leave. Like get away.
Get
Look-
away
Look,
quick.
look for a crowded place because those people are not sane.
Something's wrong with them,
I
definitely.
don't.
Okay, so Gavin, your son.
How far we want to go back? I mean,
Well, we got to go back to what
His
what's
birth
going
at
on.
least- his birth
Let's
at
go
least.
back to his birth.
well, let's hit the high spots. You know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah, right. Yeah, I just want you to just touch base on
He had-
what's going on.
He had a really good football season. They ended up going, was it 12-1, 13? No, I'm sorry, not in one.
They're 11-2, weren't they?
Shit, I'm trying to remember.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
I think we.
But
Talked,
anyway, they had
we
a good
talked about
season.
the last game and all that too.
Yeah, they went to the semifinals. It was you'd have to watch the video to know how good of a game all the last games, especially the playoff games, were. They were really cool. And then finished up football season. He had got an offer from a couple of different places and ended up going with Pittsburgh State University in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Division II school, got a big time. They've won some national championships and that kind of thing. Pretty cool. Really good facilities. We went up there and looked at them. Pretty exciting. Neat coaching staff. Talked to him again today. All those dudes came around, and got to talk to the head coach and everybody. But so, yeah, he got scholarship. Pretty cool. Got into basketball season. He had a decent basketball season. Not a big basketball player, but he wanted to play because he's a senior. Kind of get his last hurrah out. And he did decent. Whatever. Then got into track season, and they won the state in the 4x2. And then he got, what did they get in the 4x1? They won second, I think.
There you go, silver, yeah.
And then he got a second in the 100 himself in the state.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was I'm going to say this out loud, and he knows it. If he's a little faster out of the blocks, he would have won state in the 100.
He's tall drink of water, Dad. You got to get that going after a while.
He is
Hard-
tall.
Well,
It is
I
hard to
mean,
get
you
going.
can look at the picture of him on the podium in the 100 where he got second, and he is by far, he outweighs everybody by, I would guess, 60 pounds.
Oh, and that is the fastest race there is, too, is the 100.
Yeah.
I mean, it's usually, well, until, you're saying Bolts and stuff, it was a smaller guy. But, yeah, he definitely was bigger than everybody in those pictures.
Well, and Gavin ran I think he got his second place was a 10.73, I think, which is pretty quick, I mean, the state record is like a 10.6 something.
Dang.
I think, if I remember right. But anyway, yeah, the guy that beat him barely beat him, that whole game. But it was cool watching him win. Him getting to, we talk about legacy. I know I talk about this all the time, but he and I, one of the things since he's been a kid is your legacy. I mean, it's what people remember you for, and we talk about it a lot, and because it's important. I mean, there's plenty of things I get remembered for that I'm not, so glad I get remembered for, and so I've kind of passed that along to him, like, dude, you want positive things, you want to leave something better, and you found it. And I feel like he did. I feel like he come out of McAllister School as an athlete, especially. Leaving the program better than when he came in,
Sure.
I mean, I think he found it in so shape, and it came out there pretty good. He had a good season. He had teammates on the relay teams that they won the state championship. Those guys are fast, good guys, pulled for each other, tried hard. He had teammates in the football and basketball also that were directly responsible for him having a good season, a really good year. I don't want to just say he just did it on his own. Now the 100. I mean, he's the only one out there running that. So
Right.
I mean, he kind of did that on his own. But the other races, they won that. Like I said, they won the state in that, and that was cool watching that stuff. To wrap up his high school career was neat to see that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I'd rather have him. Of course, when he talks about it, he doesn't like to talk about it a whole lot. He's kind of one of those guys. He's like, well, I did that. I don't. He didn't really
move
want to
on.
elaborate. I mean, he'll say, yeah, we want to blah blah blah, kind of like. Even more shortened down than what I just gave you. You know what I mean? I mean, he's glad and he's proud of it, but like the medals and all that, he gave them all to me. You know what I mean? He's like, here you go, here you go, here you go. Give me all of them. And I've got, he hung some of them on his deer head up there in his room, and that kind of shit. He's got a bunch of that hanging up. But anyway, he had a good season. So today was.
Today.
Well, I want to say that is things, it's teaching your kids about leaving a legacy, doing things the right way, being a grown man, not ever being seen in flip flops, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's important.
Telling your son that,
Well, that's what, you got to be careful because you don't want your son to be a grown man that wears flip flops.
Yeah.
Your son to
Yeah.
wear
You
flip
got to be
flops.
damn careful. No, he does not.
So
He's a
today,
man.
today was the day you've been excited for and dreading
Well,
at the same time.
You know what's
Sure.
funny, dude, is like, okay, I kept thinking when we started into his senior year, I'd have all these milestones that I'd get upset about. So like when he played his last football game, it felt like he wasn't done. We knew he had a scholarship. I knew he had more football to play, so it kind of made it okay. I'm like, this ain't it. This is the last of a step. That kind of thing like that. We're going on to the next thing. Basketball was not always his favorite sport. He liked it. But it wasn't his favorite. So, we went to that, and it wasn't too big a deal. We get into track season, and he likes track. He's a real natural runner. You know what I mean? That's his main claim to fame. He's just a natural runner. Kind of one of those guys that just can do it. So he does it because, it's something natural for him, so it's easy or whatever, so to speak. And so I thought, okay, the tough thing is going to be when we get down to move out day. You know what I mean? That's what's going to get me. Because I had a dream a long time ago. I think I've talked about it on here with Gavin, actually, where in the dream,
Thank you.
it fell right there, actually. He was a little kid and in the dream, and he was playing. I mean, just like 4 years old. Like, I mean, when you think about your son, even whenever your son's grown, you're going to always, or for me, I always see him in my head as 4 years old. I don't know. I can't explain it. Right now, when I think about him, in my head, he's a little bitty boy. You know what I mean? A little boy. And he's playing. And he's in that innocent time of his life where he ain't worried about nothing. He don't even know what life has, what all scary out there and that kind of thing. He's playing with a toy. He's minding his own business, and he's in that imaginary world. Well, for me, that's where he stays. So in this dream, he's playing, and I just walk up to him and I go, are you going to stay and play for a little while? And he goes, yeah, I'm going to stay and play. And I knew he was going to grow up, but for right now, he got to stay a little kid. And dude, I couldn't even hardly tell him about it the next day. When I was trying to tell him, I was like getting choked up. And so was he, you know what I mean? We like turned around, we're like, well, okay. And we like turn around and walk off opposite directions, But so I thought today was going to be tough, What was funny though is, like all this stuff, we had like a dinner last night, it's kind of like the last dinner because he's, he moved out today. I mean, I'm not saying he's never going to move back in or anything like that, but I mean, he took that first step out, how everybody does. And so I thought, dude, when we went to, like, we got done eating last night and then he came in, and we were like, oh, whatever, talking about small talk. And he went to bed, and I didn't sleep till I didn't go to bed till like 4 o'clock this morning. And so I thought, dude, this is going to get me. I wasn't feeling sad. It was like I had just a lot on my mind, a bunch of different things. Trying to make sure he, doing the whole dad thing. Oh, God, he needs this. He's going to have this. I need to make sure. Don't forget to give him this. Don't forget to tell him this. And I don't think he slept very much either because he was up by 7. And so we do the whole thing. I follow him up, and we get there, and we go check in, see his room, and we're standing there, and I'm like, all right, cool. Well, we're going to get his stuff. But it was like, dude, he was instantly at ease. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't nervous about it. He wasn't, he didn't get uncomfortable. Like, I know what he looks like whenever he feels like he doesn't belong somewhere. You know what I mean? He'll kind of, his shoulders, I know his body language real well. Like, I know if he's getting the ball, I don't give a shit what play you want to call. I know my son, and I know when he's going to get the ball. I can tell you. We can stand there and watch a football game all night long, and I'll say he's not getting the ball this play. He is not getting the ball this play. He's getting the ball. Get ready because they're throwing him the ball. Because I know his body language, and so I'm watching him to see, because he said something to me. I mean, he's probably going to get pissed that I tell this, but he did say something to me yesterday about feeling nervous. He's like, I don't really want to tell anybody, but to be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous. I was like, dude, you wouldn't have brain one in your head if you weren't feeling nervous about moving out of the house for the first time, because you don't know. This is all brand new to you. So it's natural to feel nervous, But, you know how you do with your son. You reassure him, and I try not to be too after school specialist, whenever I start telling him about things. Because for one thing, I've never been a college athlete. I didn't go off to college. I didn't do any of this shit. So, I can't give him any, whenever I done it, it was like this. But I know people well enough that I was like, well, there's going to be guys up there that this is their shot. And so you're going to meet guys that aren't going to be having fun. They're going to be very serious because this is their chance to make it out, their chance at something, and so they're going to be looking at it a little bit different than you. So don't judge folks on, if you run into a guy and he seems like a dickhead, that's probably why. He's probably worried about screwing up his chance. That we kind of go through that whole game. But anyway, so I get him there. I don't know why I always drag this shit out. But anyway, I get him up there, and we bring all of his stuff in. And we set it down, and his mom's there, and his grandmother's there, and Sadie's there. And we're just standing there kind of, and they're babying him around and that kind of shit, whatever, moms and all those people do. And I can see he's getting antsy. He wants he's ready for us to get out of there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like you see on these shows where people take their kids to kindergarten, and they're like, oh, are you going to be okay? And he's like, get out of here. Well, it was like that, you know what I mean? Only he's 19, almost 19 years old. And I was like, it turned from feeling sad because I realized that the sadness is for me, not for him. He's, dude, you know what I mean? Nobody's got the world by the balls more than he does at this point, you know what I mean? So how am I going to feel bad for him? It's for me. Well, and then all of a sudden I'm like, the thing that was going to make me sad about it was just not getting to see him. But that's not over. It's weird how it hit me, dude. Like, I expected to be all nostalgic and all like, oh, all the way home. That's 3.5 hour drive. I'm going to have to think about it. But he hit the ground so well that it reassured me so much that it's just like, I'm good with it. You know what I mean? I didn't expect it to be that way. I know I did a lot of saying to set that up, but I'm just saying,
I'm glad you did, because
a lot went into that being that way.
Deal.
Yeah, man. It was cool to watch him, and he always does. I don't know why I'm always surprised when this dude hits the ground running with shit, because he always does.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's almost like, when are you going to be vulnerable? You know what I mean? When the hell do I get to say,
Dad.
well, listen, man, I mean, I thought I was getting into that with him whenever he was talking about being nervous, but as soon as I was kind of like, I took it off of him and put it on, be able to be, empathy's a big thing too for us, that I try to teach my kids, that not everybody's going through the same thing you're going through. You can be happy and you can be glad for things, but if people aren't, you got to understand that it may not just be because they don't like you. It's because they got some shit going on,
Right.
And so that's another thing that I've always been real careful with. And he picked it. His personality, he picked it up real early when he was young. And so he's able to get along with a lot of people because of that. So that was the first thing I saw him doing, was talking to teammates, like people that we helped a couple of guys carry some of their stuff in that didn't have any parents with them. You know what I mean? So, and there was a lot of parents there, but some of the guys didn't. So, I see a guy with like 9 boxes, tennis shoe boxes, and he's carrying all of his shoes in. I'm like, hey, dude, give me half of these, and not because it sounds cliche or whatever, but I mean, you're just kind of like, I've been in spots where it would have been cool if my parents would have been there or something, and maybe they couldn't have been or whatever, and it'd have been neat if a grown up would have went,
right.
Dude, and let me help you right here, So you try to be that for somebody, and in the process of doing all that, dude, it made it so much easier for me, And the best thing about technology, I love technology, is I knew he had OTAs tonight at 6:00. I'm out there mowing at 6, and I'm sitting there looking at my phone thinking, this dude's out there doing ball right now, So I told him, I said, when you get time, holler at me. I just like to know how it goes. So he FaceTimed me. I got to sit there and talk to him about practice and how it went and all that. And it went great, and all the things you hope and all that shit. And, dude, it was a damn good day. It was a lot different than I thought it was going to be, because I thought I'd be all blubbery. And so did Brandy Keeps, everybody. Even AJ Martin this morning at my little story on Snap. He messaged me and said, are you going to cry? And I was like, I don't remember how, but I thought I would be upset. I really,
Well, it's like yesterday when you were like, well, yeah, I'll be back in time. We can probably podcast tomorrow evening, after we did our game and stuff. And I was thinking,
he ain't going to feel like it.
You might not be up to it, because I can't imagine.
Well,
I cannot imagine.
Dude, I'm telling you, when you watch, when you see your kid handle shit over and over and over, and you realize that you don't have to hold them. You know what I mean? Like, you want to. But that's selfish. You know what I mean? That's you wanting to be a part of it. They don't have to. They get to a point, where you don't have to do that for them. And it's like, holy shit, this dude's going to be fine. You know what I mean? If I die today, he'll be sad. But I'm just saying, he's still going to be fine. He's going to grow up and, have a family. He'll be able to do all these things without me, which is, for me, it's reassuring. Because ever since I've had kids, that's the first thing I thought of is, shit, what if I die? You know what I mean? I always thought, because, it always leaves a hole in somebody's life whenever that happens. So I was always like, oh, shit, So as my kids were growing up, I was pretty damn careful, dude. I mean, I was really trying not to take any unnecessary chances, just because I was like, damn, dude, I mean, I'm kind of stuck in this, or not stuck, but I'm doing this dad thing, so I'm going to do it all the way, I mean, I don't know how I got made that way, but so anyway, it was kind of cool that it worked out. Since
he's a better parent than me. I'm gonna be realistic with my kids. They get older. Like, I'm your dad. I'm here for you. But if anything ever happens to me and I die, like, basically you got to take care of yourself.
Just hate your stepdad. Right. No matter what you do, hate your stepdad.
I mean, basically, it's crazy. I mean, I've gone back and forth thinking about when I talk to my kids, like, no one will love you like your parents. But honestly, even at that, like, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Like,
at some point you're going to be
on
sure.
your own.
Yeah.
Like, I can one day pick up a heroin needle and I love you now.
Well,
but when you're 15 and I pick up heroin,
that was
you're on your own. I'm saying though. I mean, you got. It's almost like you got to raise your kids like no one's going to take care of you but you.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
You want your kids to know that of course you love and nurture them, but you also want to say, hey, like, you never know. Like I said, I could, be wearing flip flops and slip and fall in the gosh damn shower and hit my head. You never freaking know.
Shower?
You never know, dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to be wearing flip flops in the shower.
Gavin wore flip flops in the shower tonight because they share a shower, and I said,
"Hang on a second. You just said he don't wear flip flops."
It's a shower. It was a shower deal, bro. You come on.
In the shower is a totally different story. He didn't go in public.
Yeah.
Nobody saw him. I'm sure of it. I know him.
Dude, he's not in a restaurant where people eat with his feet out in the air.
Gross. Yeah. Yeah, where toenail dust can just fly up and land on somebody's fucking burrito.
Yeah. Shit.
Dang. I wasn't thinking of that.
You think about it that way, and this shit's gross.
Yeah, man.
You're right.
Keep your damn shoes on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I had other shoes on, and I said, "What?"
No,
looked at Amy,
you're drinking them big beers.
And
you didn't care.
Yeah, I was drinking that big ass beer.
You didn't care.
I liked that. I liked everything about that. Actually, I laughed and laughed a lot.
It was like, pick that up. Let's take a picture. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Dude,
I had a bad headache too.
That one today, I giggled when I saw that. When I was like, when you're 8 baskets of chips deep and 6 beers, I was
Very
like,
funny.
because his face was just like.
Yeah.
The service was terrible at El Chico's yesterday in Muskogee.
So
It's
real
El
quick,
Chico's, for
Worst
Christ's
service
sake.
I've ever had.
so let's circle back.
All right.
Nostalgia, 80s, 90s, Olive Garden. I got Red Lobster for the classiest restaurant. What do you got?
It's definitely Red Lobster.
Okay.
It's definitely Red Lobster.
The
It
cool.
was
Yes.
the
Well, now, in fairness to you
Pinnacles.
guys, and not to be, I'm not trying to be argumentative, but my parents hate seafood and fish. They will not. I didn't
Okay.
get to eat there whenever I was a kid, so that's probably why I'm skewed a little bit. They wouldn't.
I typically had steak when I ate there.
Well, they wouldn't even. They don't like the smell. They won't. I've never eaten.
I know a lot of people like that.
at-
actually.
Yeah, I've never eaten there
Yeah,
with my
I know
parents.
a lot of people who don't like seafood.
My parents do not.
crazy to me.
They don't eat fish. They don't eat anything.
I don't like
that.
crab legs, and my family loves crab. When I was growing up,
My boys
my
love
granny
them.
would buy 100-pound box of crab legs, and we would have this great big,
And you say,
Party.
who the hell made these shitty crab legs?
Not
every
eating those.
time.
Not
And
eating
they'd all
those.
be, they all be have those, what do they call them?
Crunchers.
The
Pinchers.
crackers. Yeah. And they'd be cracking and dipping in that butter, and everybody be like, oh, and I'll be like, no,
I remember, it's weird how things stick with you. Like,
I can't eat
I
crab legs.
remember
though. I
me and
can't.
Ben going to Fort Smith. We used to go a
don't.
lot, but we'd go to the seafood place because his family liked to go there. Like your grandpa, I think, did, or your grandma,
Granny.
Granny.
Granny
I just-
Marty.
I don't even know if that place is still
Oh,
there
you're
either.
talking about Catfish Cove.
No. There's
Yeah,
there's a
Catfish
catfish place.
Cove.
There's a catfish
Yeah.
place in Bacola, but no, me and you off Townsend Street.
It's called Catfish Cove, but
yeah.
it was a
kind of by
seafood
Phoenix
place.
Village. Yeah.
It was a seafood place. It was a big, huge buffet.
Yeah.
And yes, we would go there a lot when I was a kid.
I wonder if it's still there.
I don't know if it's called Catfish Cove. I don't know. I ain't been to Fort Smith in a long time.
That
man.
was the
Closest
jam.
I've
Fort
been
Smith
to Fort
was the-
Smith was
yeah.
when we went to Poto and watched that football game. That's closest I've been to Fort Smith in a long time.
Really?
Or going on 40 and going by it.
Remember, we used to go to Tri-State, watch them go round you round. That was
Yeah,
a good
man.
time.
I used to do some
Tri-State
tri-state. That was
Speedway.
good times, man. That's fun.
Yeah, we used to go to Neshoba as well.
Oh yeah, we did.
I think I still have video of Scott. I can't think of his name, but that
Scott,
one
yeah,
over there,
that was nice. Yeah, PT Cruiser.
yeah, but he had the Hanover Scott is what we call him.
Yeah.
Because he worked for Hanover Compression.
Well, welcome to my life, everybody listening.
Right.
All
Yeah,
right.
we're just
This
we're
is
just-
it right here. This is my
skirting
shit here. I
around.
came in after all this shit happened, so it's this all the time, and I have no idea what the hell you
But
people are
Scott
talking
bought
about.
this. He
See,
bought my
you
neighbor's.
should not feel bad about missing out on El Chico's yesterday because it's all this was this.
Right.
Kind of
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
But Scott
the
won.
conversation I don't mind,
He
but the
beat
El
the-
Chicos, I'm glad I missed.
Scott beat the golden child because he was like the local guy in Neshoba. He was some
You know
young
Neshoba.
kid.
You know
and he always
Neshoba.
won, But Scott came along and had a really fast car, and he was really good at driving. And
The
he
show was
beat
chalked
him,
off for Wolf, by the way. Go ahead.
and I
Oh.
was videoing him. I was videoing the start finish, or the finish, the finish of it, and they called the other kid the winner.
And Ben's
I was
like, "Oh no, no, no."
I go, I got video right
Did
here.
you go up to him? Did you go like
Yes.
this? No,
And
sir.
they
No,
were like-
sir.
They go, get
No.
out of here.
Pretty much, and we never went back.
They
That's
go,
when
you
we
want your
started going
ass whooped,
tri-state.
sir? Get out of here with that video.
Well, they didn't want to see the video. I was like, dude, I got video. We clearly beat him. We clearly beat him. We were on the pit crew, and I was like, we clearly beat him. And they were like, they did not even want to see that video. I got it right here.
Dude, that reminds me of when Gavin got second in the 100. Not to go back to that, I just want to say real quick. There were several people who got on Facebook and they go, you need to appeal to the OSSAA because he won that race. And I was like, I don't think and they were like, oh yeah, he won. It was a really close race, but it's kind of the same thing, I mean, I can imagine going back like 6 months later, me going, my son needs to have the first place. Fine.
I need the medal. I need the gold medal. He won it, obviously.
Does it cost to appeal like that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not doing it. You know what I mean?
But it's
Right.
hard to, like, of course, someone at the
You
finish
think he
line
won
can
it,
see
though?
it. For the video we watched of LJ filming it, you can't tell, of course. You can
Right.
tell it's close.
Right.
So, I mean, I
He
don't know-
looked like he got second to me.
I don't know how they do it
Oh,
in the
so
high
you-
school.
When I
Is no one
watched it-
filming at the finish line in the high
They
school
have.
level?
I think they have everybody stand
Or
there.
still photos? Well, yeah, they got to have a still photo because
Did you look at any of those?
Yeah. No. Whenever Gavin's like, I didn't win. You know what I mean? I was just like, all right, well, if he ain't worried about it, I ain't worried about it. So.
Ben will take up this cause. Trust me.
Well, if-
Gavin will have a gold medal in 6 months. I'm telling you.
Well,
Even if it's a
hey,
fake one, you know what I
if
mean? I
it's-
bought this for
If
you.
it's the right thing to do, it's the right thing to
They
do.
do.
Well,
If he won, he won.
I don't know. We had to spend our energies in other areas. You know what I mean? Especially whenever he was just like, it was a good run. All
And
right.
that's almost like that catch that he made at the end of the game. And what if they would have called that no good?
Yeah.
You
man.
would have been, dude. You'd have been on the floor on the
Yeah,
field.
but that's
in
football,
about-
not track.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? I'm an idiot
Yeah, but
about football.
it's your son's accomplishment.
I'm already practicing it, dude. Like at the kids' games, the older kids' games. I'm just like, I don't say nothing, just chill out, mind my business, because I'm trying to get ready for Brecken and Amelia. One day when they're older, and I think I'm gonna be okay. I think I'm not gonna lose my cool.
Which I want to ask you this though: of which sport or that you're going to have him play is your favorite sport? I mean, which one are you looking forward to the most?
Probably baseball.
Okay, you will freak out at some point, and when your kid's playing dad ball, I don't if it's your favorite sport, you're going to freak out at some point. You're going to trip because you're going to say. In your head, you're going to go, my son's getting wronged right now by an adult, and he's a little child.
Yeah.
I'm about to whoop somebody's ass.
Well, he's talking about like just during a game, like a bad
Yeah.
call or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
There's a lot more to it. Of course, you know this because but
Well,
sometimes
but-
you run into coaches or
Well, it's
you
that
know, they're-
element, though. It's that element of them being yours. You know what I mean? That's like,
Well, you've got to protect your kids.
dude.
You got to stand up for your kids.
I
don't care.
in youth sports.
You have got to
you
stand
damn
up for
sure
your
better
kid.
be. You know what I mean? I mean, if you don't, get ready because they are going to get took
Right.
at some form or fashion at some point in their little career. They're going to get somebody's going to do. They're going to be like, you know how it is. An adult's going to be like, no, and then. That's where I would get heated. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, hold on, just a fucking minute here. No, we're not doing that. You know, but I'm a freak about that shit. So
Yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm trying to be even keel about it because I don't know, man. I watched some like, I guess Nate's in junior high, Sophie's in grade school, and I watch their games and I see people just absolutely like losing it at a basketball game. I'm like, we're at a fifth grade basketball game here, like
Right.
just calm down,
Yeah, and I don't get that either. I mean, of course.
Of course, we want to win. You want to win them all. That's what we, always tell my kids. If you're going to go out there, you're going out there to win. Yeah, having fun's a byproduct of it to me, but it's a lot funner when you win.
Yes.
well,
Absolutely.
you should be surprised if you lose. That was the thing I always told my kids. I'm like, look, man, don't go out there because I've heard them do that. I've heard their teammates and shit when they were young come in there and go, well, we're going to lose anyway. Dude, nothing pisses me off more than that. I'm like,
I don't like that either.
You are not
yeah.
stepping out on that court, field, whatever you want to say. You are not stepping out there thinking, who cares because we're going to lose anyway. Or we're going to load up right now and you're going to go home and clean your room or some shit you hate doing because we don't do that shit. We
Especially
win.
when you're coaching, you're like, I'm out here coaching you guys up, wanting you to do good. I'm like, I could be spending my free time at Hot Topic.
Yeah, man.
Do anything.
You could be telling
wanting
people to social
Flip-flopping
distance.
it or
Yeah.
flip-flopping at El Chico's.
ugh.
I mean, I could be at El Chico's tonight, on a date.
Yeah.
Anything.
With Ben.
God, I don't wish you were single, but I wish Ben was like in the dating pool and just to see him take a girl to El Chico's.
Dude.
Can you imagine? Like a girl, like,
Hey,
where are we going to eat?
that would-
It's a surprise.
You telling me you don't feel sorry for Amy? You know he makes her eat there.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
She's a loving wife.
She found something she likes there, so it's not a big deal.
What,
for her to
ice
go.
water?
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Ice water there.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie though. I told my Amy this too. It's like that white sauce is still pretty damn good.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
think it's like tartar sauce.
We had our first regional game today in
Yeah?
Ada. Yeah.
How'd that
Oh,
go?
snap.
We run-rolled them.
Why'd you go to Ada for? That was
That's you want to get me
I was,
started
I
on
was
that?
teeing that up for you.
You want to get me started on that? Yeah, because our city of McAllister are the leaders. The people that that sit around the table and they're only for themselves and their own pockets. Those people, yeah, they are they're fuckheads, and we drive away and we go spend
Your money?
our money other places, man. We go to little town, Stigler, little town, man. It's same size as Wilburton, man. It's
Little.
2,000-3,000 people, soaking wet, and there's 2,000 or 3,000 people at the freaking fields. It feels like anyway.
And they win a lot of games too. They got a pretty good program over
people.
there.
They got a brand new or not really nice field, moderately new. It's only I think a couple years old or a few years old, but they got a real nice field, and they pack a lot of people in a weekend over there.
That are
There's a lot of
eating-
people
eating at
spending their
restaurants?
monies downtown. Yes, they're eating at restaurants. I mean, our team alone, there's no telling how much we spend just eating out and
Crab legs.
No,
Yeah,
we-
and when
we
Carter
eat
was
no
in 7th
crab legs
grade,
at Stigler.
he went over
Not
there
that
and
I
they
know
played at Stigler, and Stigler whipped the ever-loving dog shit out of McAllister, dude.
Well,
Badly.
Don't get me started. I've already started. I've already said too much.
'Cause I teed it up for you.
Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't said too much. But
That was
said
leaving
more
like a
than-
little underhand, little soft one.
I wanna,
Do some soft toss for
Yeah.
him.
Well, I mean, it's true though. It's true.
Preach on. Go on about
It's
it.
true.
Just let it out.
We went to Durant.
You gonna get some scooters around here? They're free.
Yeah, I can't. Are they free?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They're gonna be free.
They're gonna be
you gotta
free.
pay. You got to pay.
think
That's
you
what
gotta-
I've seen in the newscast. I'm gonna pull it up.
Let me tell you something. If they are free, I'm going to ride these fucking scooters just to do it.
You get a crackhead off one.
I'm even willing to pay.
Yeah.
I'll pay to ride them. They're that much fun, dude. I rode them in St. Louis. It was
Dude, how are you going to ride a scooter in McAllister, Oklahoma?
I'll
without
dodge the
wiping
potholes,
out?
bruh.
You cannot do that.
I'll weave around until
You
I
can't
find a
do it.
place.
You
okay?
can't do it, dude. You're going to wreck because you're going to be weaving around so much that wheel's going to turn sharp. And you're going to eat.
If you think these
The
streets
pavement.
suck in a new vehicle, you're riding that fucking black car of mine. You talk about feeling the bumps.
The
bruh.
streets suck, period.
Dude.
The roads suck.
I'm getting new
You go
rattles.
anywhere
I
else.
replaced all the body bushings on that car, and I'm getting new rattles from driving around in this town. That's no shit.
That's the truth. When my neighbor had $100 and something thousand Porsche Carrera S, and he said, I gotta get rid of that car because
The streets
of the
are ruining it.
roads are terrible. That's when my light bulb went off. That's why I was like, oh, you really can't have anything nice.
No.
You know?
Nah.
I think it's supposed to be like
Some scooters coming to McAllister will be free as a bird to the city. That maybe they're getting free hand-me-down scooters to make you pay for them. Well, I'll read up. Y'all discuss amongst yourselves.
Well, I'm excited about it because I like the Lime scooters that
I
were
don't
in St.
appreciate you
Louis.
coming on here and throwing out false or fake news.
I'm
okay?
trying to get real news, bro.
We don't tell people that the scooters are going to be free when they're not going to be free.
This is
Because everybody's excited about the scooters in McAllister. Not
Dude.
really.
Now, I was gonna say, did you read some of the comments, dude?
no.
People fucking hate the idea.
Dude, when you go to any other town that has them, when you go to San Antonio, when you go to Tulsa, you go to OKC, go to Austin, everywhere that has them, they hate them. The citizens of those cities do not appreciate them at all.
Everybody's
Why?
getting drunk and
But
driving them.
why are we getting scooters in McAllister, Oklahoma?
Why do they hate them though? I don't. What?
Because
They're a
everybody just-
nuisance.
yeah.
How? What? I don't understand. I'm being serious. I'm not arguing.
They're just scattered everywhere. They're trash.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people are dumping them everywhere. You know, people you can't hardly walk because you got to worry about people running into you. But I don't understand. Now listen,
Now, you're going to pay for them. You're going to pay for them. That means the city will not have to pay workers to get any scooters left strewn about, nor will the city have to pay for repairs to the scooters.
Who's
so it's an
gonna get
agreement with this bird ride franchisee, whatever. The company will go pick them up. This and that. No city workers will basically have to mess with them.
Now I'm not against the scooters. Okay,
Which
I know
it
that
shouldn't be city workers dealing. You should bring in a business here. It should employ people to take care of these damn things and pick them up
Yeah,
and
I
create
agree.
jobs.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, dude,
Because if a city worker does it, they're going to be strewn about.
well,
Well-
you lived here in McAllister.
Well, and the
Nothing
general
makes sense.
the general thought of people that live in McAllister is not suited for those scooters to be here anyway because they're very old fashioned. You know what I mean? Well, what do we need scooters for? Why can't you just drive? Why can't you just get your lazy ass out and walk? And the scooters
Yeah, but
for
if you-
people that are visiting the town are kind of a cool way to kind of run around and
who
goof
visits
off.
McAllister, Oklahoma? Lucas Johnson, tell me. How many visitors do we
Well,
have?
they
Maybe
got
if
no
you had some
besides-
scooters to ride,
besides
maybe they
homeless
would.
They got no-
people that are being transported or brought in,
Oh, believe me-
imported from all over the country, and people who are coming to see a Reba McEntire statue that's not here.
Well, that's what I'm saying about. I'm not interested in trying to do anything to benefit this town because I'm done with this town, bruh.
Word.
I'm moving out of it, and I'm not kidding.
To come full circle, Sorry, LJ.
No,
Put in
you're
the
good.
bus.
I'm not moving out of it yet.
LJ
but
is perfectly fine with his son moving out and going to college. Like he didn't break down about it. He's okay with it, but he goes, he just said, "I'm done with McAllister. He's moving to Kansas."
Well, that's
Within a week.
Sadie asked me today. She said, "Would you
this
move to this
mofo
town?"
moves to-
And I was like, "Well, I don't want to. I don't want to move right up in there in Gavin's thing, or whatever."
He's gone, Ben.
Oh,
He's gone.
well, wherever Kaysen goes, I'm going.
Yeah.
Well-
I've told the other kids, y'all are welcome to show up wherever we land. But if Kaysen decides he's moving if he's moving
The LaFleur.
to LaFleur County, I'm gonna do my best to please don't do it, son.
Yeah.
But if this is where your heart is, I'm gonna be right there.
Oh, I'm not going where my
He's
kids
gonna-
go. No.
But I'm all on board with the hipsters trying to make McAllister like a hip, cool city. But honestly, if you look at the layout of this town, it's not a hip, cool city.
No.
Wilburton will be a hipper, cooler
could be,
city
yeah.
because like the hipsters could go out to the park
And get high.
and hike and they can
Hike. Okay. My
yeah
bad.
they can hike.
Get high and hike.
Then they can go into town, have some beers, and hike some more.
Oh,
and kayak.
McAllister's gonna push it, dude.
But there's
They're not. They're going.
But to Trent's point, though, Dry County, I don't know if you guys have been in there yet, in the Colonims bar. That's really legitimately a step in the right direction for the change. Like you're talking about, the atmosphere of the town. It's very modern feeling.
Exactly.
It's clean. I really enjoy. I went in there and drank a beer and sat around and talked to people when they had cruise night the other night, and it's a step in the right direction. And I remember when Kyle was first talking about doing it, and I haven't known Kyle a long time like you guys have. You know what I mean? I just basically in the last year or so really got to know him. I didn't know him at all. And for some reason, I can hit it off with people that are crazy. I don't know what the deal is, but I can. Like you two people. I can get along with y'all.
Right.
That some bitch wears flip flops. I'm normal.
Well,
It's crazy.
I'll give you that. But something about Kyle was respectful from the first time that he talked to me. He always is. Always shakes my hand. Always cool and all that stuff. And I know I've heard plenty of crazy stories about him. I'm sure he can still be crazy. But the facility that they've built down there, that Dry County bar, and I don't mean to plug it because I'm not even in on it or whatever, but I will say that it's done the right way.
Yeah.
They've got the see-through garage doors that can lift up so that you can have, open air in the bar. They've got live music. That's the lighting's good. The setup's good. The bar's cool. They use wood that was in the building already. I mean, they're doing it the right way. I think that Wilburton is on to something as far as changing that dynamic of that town. Because growing up, we've talked about it before, how that town was crazy. You know what I mean? I mean, the Blue Mist was a death machine. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
before
Or
that,
you go to
the bar.
Antone downtown.
well, I mean, it was real shit happened. Bad things went down. Well, you could tell that this isn't that kind of atmosphere. Now, of course, people are going to get drunk. They're going to have disagreements. Those kind of things down there. That just goes along with people drinking.
They're going to kiss and stuff.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
You get drunk and kiss sometimes.
But I gotta say that the method that's kind of scary. The method that the idea behind it is a good one. You know what I mean? Now, see, in this town, they overshoot and they go to pretentious. You know what I mean? Instead of it being like Kyle's a real down to earth guy, easy to know, funny. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and the bar's nice, but it's not. Nobody's going to bring you a fucking, I guess maybe if you ask for it, but nobody's going to bring you a craft beer from across the street that a city councilman made in his brewery, and they don't serve anything but his brand of beer because he's on the city council. You know what I mean? It's not made that way. It's almost like
It's organic.
yeah, let's sit down here and bullshit. You know what I mean?
Not organic.
Yeah, and we can talk about anything from NASCAR to,
The Heart Foundation.
whatever you want. And in this town, it's like
That's an old wrestling.
we have to do some kind of fucking. If you sit down in a restaurant in this town, then it's got to be. Well, this is what President Biden's doing for the nation and the fucking leftist agenda and it's politics and it's fucking. I don't like it. This whole town seems pretentious to me.
It's
You know what
very
I mean?
fake. That's what I tell Ben. I was like, man, like McAllister, like, I can applaud some things you're trying to do. I know you're trying to make it a modern city, but like you said, it don't have an organic feel to it. It feels forced.
Yeah.
And if you're not in that clique, you're not welcome there. I'm telling you right now, Wolverton is an up and rising city. You laugh at me, but I tell you right
No,
now,
I agree.
I've seen and heard too much. Like Ho Chi Town, it's going to be Ho Chi Town North.
Sure.
And I'm telling you right now, I think that's where it's going to be. McAllister, there's nothing here, man. I mean, there's no park to go to close.
Well, it's like you said that nothing about this town feels comfortable for people who aren't from here.
Yeah.
You know, and I could say that, and it's just somebody who's lived in town for it'd be 5 years next month. And I don't feel like a part of this town. I never have. And there's plenty of parents that are nice to me at football games. There's individuals who are inviting in this town, but the vibe overall is not inviting. This place feels very, well, you're not from here, motherfucker. You know what I mean? I mean, that really, I get that. Like when I go to these places down here on Choctaw and different places, I'm not going to name any individual businesses, but when you go into these places
Black Line Insurance.
well,
No.
yeah.
No.
Well,
Don't
what-
even.
what-
don't
and
even
what
talk
they're-
about
That's
my-
McAllister Elite right there,
No,
bro.
no,
Well,
it ain't. Don't
you
even
know
talk
what?
about my business. With that. Don't even mix that in with the rest of those.
Well, I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels. You know what I mean? Nobody, like, you can go in there and not get spoken to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can go in there, somebody will take your order, and they'll fucking forget you're sitting there. Or if they don't, they want you to feel like they've forgotten so that you'll get up and go. Spend your few dollars. Get out of here. You're not from here. So if somebody that they went to high school with shows up, well, then we're going to close down the fucking bar and we're going to dance on the bar and have a great time. But you need to get your out of town ass out of here. And that's what I'm saying about the cool thing about the Dry County bar was whenever I walked in there, and the people that own it are, my wife's ex is in on it and those kind of things like that. Nobody, not one person made me feel unwelcome in that place. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
there's not a whole lot of history there. I mean,
You ain't
I
sitting
don't-
next to me at the bar yet, blacked out.
That's
drunk.
true.
That's the difference between Wilburton people and McAllister
Well,
people.
but I saw a lot of people that, and I have no animosity. There's no bad blood between me or any of those people. But I'm saying it could be made that way. You know what I'm saying? It could be pushed on me that way for me to show up and they'd be like, what the hell's he doing here?
Well, that's what
You
I've
know?
always said
Well, I mean,
about
honestly,
Wilburton.
like you just said, a perfect example, and not to say anything like it's not the way it is face value, but you're like, I went to my wife's ex bar and had a great time, and I love it, and it
Right.
was very welcoming.
Yeah, I want to go back.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
I mean, you said it, but you didn't make it a point because it was that organic and natural,
Yeah.
where you were like, man, like they really made me feel welcome there, and they didn't have to do that. You know, it was just like you just said it in passing. It wasn't a very big flashpoint because it just felt normal and natural.
And see, and that's the thing is somebody's going to say immediately, I know what they're going to say, well, he's not from McAllister, he's from Wilburton, so he's going to feel more welcome. Bullshit. All the people that are in on that thing, they're either not from Wilburton, or if they're from Wilburton, they're way younger than me. So I didn't know them.
They're all from Panola.
Right.
Yeah,
You got-
I didn't know these people from way back when. I mean, I've known them since I've known Brandy, basically. That's how I know them. It's
Yeah.
because of her.
Your wife.
Yeah, my wife, Brandy. So,
Yeah.
so
The thing is if you would have walked in and just wanted a water and not really spent any money in there, you're getting treated the same.
yes, anywhere I go here, I feel like I'm not necessarily wanted there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of businesses that we go to that we like the food, or there's several reasons to go there, and I'll muscle through feeling unwanted there because there's something there that we want because this is where we live. But the general feeling in this town is that you're not wanted. You know what I mean? Like they don't get the fuck out of here. Spend your money and get out of here.
But
or
how
whatever.
do you say that?
Gadzooks.
Gadzooks.
Yeah,
Well,
It's German. Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. And then
Oh,
you got to do
thank
the-
God they can see your face too. It's hilarious.
Is it
Well,
bad? I
no,
should-
it was hilarious.
I'll cut it out.
Oh shit! But anyway,
You need to cut that hair out.
Is it bad? Well, I can't. I got bad
I can't
hair.
say shit about her.
I can't. I got bad hair. But
I hide my fabulous hair. I have no idea why.
back to the
I don't know.
scooters. I'm not
Yeah, I really
against
don't know
it.
why you do.
I'm not against it. But here's this big, huge thing about scooters, and I'm thinking, why? Why? Where are you going with these scooters?
Well, I think that
You're going from boutique to boutique. to boutique.
Well, and I think
makes no sense to
I
me.
think what you're running into though is the development part of the city where they're trying to keep it going. You know, like where they're building the shopping center out here and all that stuff.
You're gonna ride a scooter over there?
No. Hold on. Let me
sorry.
finish my thought.
Okay.
What I'm saying is there's people who are trying to be progressive about. They're trying to get in ahead of this wave that they think is coming through McAllister. That it's going to be a tourist destination. And the simple fact of the matter is the town's not welcoming enough. It's not. Nobody's going to come to this fucking town and go, dude, I want to go back to McAllister.
I want to move there. I'm going to raise a family there.
Yeah,
Everybody's-
this is a good town to be in. You know what I mean? No, they're gonna. And dude, I'm saying this shit open. I have no issue saying that I don't fucking like the air in this town. I don't like it. I never have, and I thought it would get better over time because I sensed it right away.
I have hope. I keep having hope.
Well, I'm a real. I'm pretty optimistic for the most part in general. You know, so I thought, all right, you know, this is where my kids are. That's why I ended up here because this is where they were, and you know, they wanted to stay here, so we're going along with it. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm new. I get it. You know, nobody knows me. All right, cool. You know, but 5 years later, you know, I've lived in this fucking town. My kid is probably, if not the one of the most decorated athletes to ever come through this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And not to say that should carry some weight. I'm not saying it because that way. I'm just saying, like, even with that, I'm still not fucking part of the circle we want to stand around and talk about, you know. Yeah. There's certain people that do that.
That circle. Oh,
Yeah.
the circle he's in.
Well, he tries hard.
I'm not
He-
in the
I
circle.
don't know why Ben don't like this city because Ben's in that circle.
I am
I know.
the last person to be in that circle.
Ben's a business owner here, so
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
I am.
you know, I'm about to
I
be a
am.
business owner, but I'm not going to be one in McAllister.
no.
Even though I live here, my business. Whenever I filed for my LLC, I did not. Now I had to put my personal address on there because I'm the the representative for the company. So I had to put where my office is going to be. But as soon as I can facilitate it,
Representative.
all my shit, all my money and everything's going to be out of the city.
And I'm gonna tee one up for you too. Segway LLC. Come on, don't leave me hanging.
Oh.
I'm segueing here.
So you
Oh,
started
okay.
a business.
I'm teeing up. There we
Well,
go.
yeah. You know, I mean, I was going to kind of wait till the end of the deal. This may be the end of it. But yeah, I'm starting a business.
If you keep talking, it's going to be the end.
a
of it.
UTV,
If you
yeah.
keep stuttering over yourself, just tell the fucking
A
story.
UTV side by side rental business, servicing anybody that needs to be serviced. Okay.
Even in McAllister.
Yeah, their money's as green as anybody else's. So if you want to come out and you don't want to have to make payments on a side by side year round, and you just want to come out and enjoy the trails on a weekend, get away, bring your kids. I'm gonna have side by sides of any stripe or fashion you can imagine. Everything from race almost to mudders to pretty much anything you want, down to just bone stock stuff that you can get your grandkids out and ride around on the trails. There's a big park opened up over by Quentin that I'll be not very far from. And then there's going to be of course the one that's already going out at the park. I'll be trying to, you know, rent some side by sides for that. So these guys can go out, these people can go out and enjoy the outdoors that, you know, that
That God intended you to do.
Yeah, we've got that to offer in this part of the world.
That's what we're a tourist attraction, unlike McAllister.
Yeah, man. And I'm excited about it, you know, because it's
I
going
don't
to
know where
be.
you're gonna run the scooters at.
Do what?
So I still don't know where you're gonna ride the scooters at. Maybe I'm just being closed-minded.
I just want to do it for the fun of it because they're fun to ride.
They are-
I'm very
they're
excited
fun
for
as-
you
they're
too,
fun as
because
shit.
it's honestly, I believe there's a big need for it.
I think I'm getting in right in front of this wave that Trent was talking about a while ago. This tourism thing that's coming through this way. I feel like I'm at the front of it. And there's other people that said the same thing.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we know it's coming. And I've had in the last 3 days, I've had like 4 people tell me that's a damn good idea. I hadn't thought of that. And I am very glad that I thought of it. You know, there are going to be other people, and I welcome it. That's fine. You know what I mean? I hope other people do it. But for me and my family, it's a neat little, you know, thing we're going to get into. I've never been a business owner, and So,
I'm excited for you.
well, you should be. You're
It's-
getting all my insurance. So
it's
don't
happening,
give me
I
no
tell ya.
shit.
We didn't have to say that, Because never for a thing, I'm not, genuinely. I'm one of those.
He's
guys.
the McAllister guy who don't really
McAllister
care what
Lee.
y'all's doing over
Right.
there. Yeah, just
He's
pay
like,
me.
he's like, well, you're spending money with me, so I'm so excited for your
Right,
business.
right.
Otherwise, fuck off.
Yeah. I'm telling you though, like that area is definitely booming. Like me and Dad, we own land out by the park, and we're like, all right, like this is definitely happening here. And if that city does right and their leaders like don't fight the Choctaws the whole way or any outside money, it will be booming.
Well, my brother's on the tourism board, and everybody that's involved in that's really excited about growing that part. And I think I know my brother is really open minded, especially about anything that the Choctaws are bringing in. I mean, all that stuff. It's like when you think about it, if you're trying to be progressive in that you're trying to grow your area, especially with oil and gas is what made Wilburton or Latimer County, to me, what made it really go always, all these years. I mean, cattle and those kind of things, yeah, but I'm just talking about there'd be a really big influx of money anytime the oil field would boom up. Well, now the oil field doesn't boom up like it used to. I mean, I've done it for 30 years now, for Christ's sakes, and I can say that this last boom was not like any of them I've ever seen. It was like a fucking
Flare.
fart. You know what I mean? It was like a barely a boom for like a few months. Nobody really did any big work, and they shut down all the fracking and all this shit happened. They kind of shut it down. It quieted it down a lot. So in looking for a way for your community to survive, you got to go, well, what's your next resource? To me, the Choctaws are and I'm not just saying, I'm not even Choctaw. I can say this. They do a better job of managing what they have than any other tribe in the state. And I think that they're trying to stay ahead of the game on a lot of things. I think they do a really good job of that. I don't even know. I keep hearing whispering about things that they're about to do in this area, and it's pretty exciting, man. I mean, I know they're pretty excited, believe it or not, about working with me, because I'm going to go. It's got to be 51% Choctaw owned in order for us to do the thing we're about to do. But they're really willing to help us. I mean, kind of from the ground up. They're glad that we are a new startup.
Yep.
I mean, they're glad for it. And
You're not taking money out of their pocket like some McAllister elites would think you're doing.
well, and two, like you say, I've heard people talk bad about what the Choctaws are trying to do.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just like they're going, well, everything's gotten so they're taking up everything, they're buying up everything down in Durant. Now they're going to move up here and buy everything up here. And I'm like, they're the only fucking thing bringing any industry of any kind up here.
It's tourism in the Choctaws. I mean, honestly, like you talked about, for years it was oil field and cattle with Latimer County, and you're like, do you realize basically Latimer County, it may be the prettiest county in Oklahoma. What you have going for you has always been a backdrop, and you're like, let's just litter it with compressor stations, this and that. And now they're like, well, what do we have? We don't have manufacturing jobs. We ain't got oil field. What do we got? We got a state park. Got the Choctaws. What can we do with it? You're like, oh my God, it's been there the whole time.
Yeah, it's the getaway, man.
Yeah.
It's tourism.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be, I thought the marijuana thing was going to be, I really thought, and it has helped. I think it's been a good shot in the arm for this part of the world. And I think it's going to continue until they get it fully legalized, where big marijuana can come in, you know what I mean, where you got corporations doing it. I think it's going to keep.
What are some of the things that Choctaws are supposedly?
Don't worry about that. If you're not reading the Bishnik, then
Well, that's different. I'm talking about some of the stuff that nobody knows about. That's what I'm asking. And that's kind of the thing for the podcast. I was wanting to inform.
I thought you were a Choctaw card carrier.
Yeah, man, what's
am.
up?
I'm asking you.
Why are you asking me?
Okay. All right.
You don't know. The dude don't know.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
dude knows.
Well, and that's what like my mother-in-law goes to, I think, pretty much every council meeting. You know what I mean? She makes it a point to go to them, and that she likes to stay informed on what's going on with them. And
He's probably sitting next to my mom.
well, yeah,
Everybody,
yeah. And that's what I say about definitely the Choctaw people are very interested in knowing what's going on. You know that, and dude, I know I'm gonna plug this dude, and because I like him, and I think that the tribe's been better since Gary Batten's been in charge of it. I feel like he really has done a good job. I always say that he's my adopted chief because I live down here. You know, I'm Osage, I'm not Choctaw,
Don't you
but
ever say that again.
I say it all the time. I'll say it to him, okay, and he'll give me a big hug, okay, because he's nice. I've met him, and but anyway, I feel like that from a business standpoint. I don't know of anything that has been on the level that the Choctaw tribe has been in this area for damn sure. I mean, you got to hand it to them. Drive down 69 Highway down there and just look at what's there, you know.
That is, yeah, you're in Oklahoma and you drive up there, you're like, where in the hell am I when you go through that side of Durant? You're like, dude.
This is not Durant that I,
Grew up. No,
watching.
that's crazy.
And it's getting bigger, and that's what I say about them doing a good job with what they have. You know, they took they took something as simple as, okay, like Oklahoma as a whole with the lottery, they fucked it away. You know what I mean?
Big time.
Like they took what could have been a really good opportunity to help the state, and they've systematically pissed it away to a point to where it's almost not a factor.
Irrelevant, yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't do what they said they were going to do with the money, all this shit. You know, it always happens that way with the way Oklahoma's ran. I could go on with that too. But, and that's what I'm saying about the Choctaws is just because I live in this area, I see what they do. And I was born at the hospital in Talahena, at the old hospital.
Damn, is that a Springsteen song that was started there?
I don't know.
I was born.
Maybe we should. Maybe that should be the jingle.
If Wilburton will do the exact opposite of McAllister in dealing with the Choctaws, then they will prosper.
Oh, I think
McAllister does not like Choctaws.
Well, I think the
They
tourism
do not like
department
the Choctaw Nation.
is
period.
well. I feel right,
And it's obvious.
well, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying is they're excited about industry. You know, they're excited about what that could bring, and being open minded to that stuff is the only thing that's going to save this part of the world, dude. There ain't shit else here. There's rocks and trees.
Right.
Get with the fucking program. You know what I'm saying? I just blew out everything.
I want you to
without
look at the
saying
camera and say that real quick because that is true. There is rocks and there is trees. But thank God they're pretty here, and there's some water around some parts of it.
Lots of
and
water.
you can hike and you can drink beers and you can smoke marijuana. It's just freedom.
Wear flip-flops.
It's freedom, people.
Well,
get out in nature and enjoy the freedom.
Well, and the state, and here's the thing
Yeah.
about the Choctaws
Preach.
are doing what they can because
Yeah.
the state fucks up everything. Every time somebody tries to move a factory in here, like the automobile industry's talked about coming to the state 2 or 3 times, and they fuck it up every time. They fuck the oil field up too by overtaxing people. They take the one thing that big business has an advantage in, and that's not having to pay so much in taxes, and they ruin it by overtaxing the shit out of everybody till they leave or they don't come at all. Because they're like, you know, whenever, like when Tesla was talking about coming to Oklahoma, they price themselves out of it.
Yeah.
Because they don't look at it like as an opportunity to let's get business in here and create jobs so that we can help the economy grow. No. They want their hand in somebody's pocket immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the Choctaws, it's the same fucking thing they did to them whenever Stitt started in trying to restructure the deal they had with the gaming thing with Oklahoma. What the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? I was
you're gonna take away your one cow? Was it called cow?
Cash cow?
Cash cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why the fuck would you fuck with that? You have a perfectly good setup already with them, an established thing where everybody's winning. Nobody's creating jobs in this state like the Choctaws are. I don't give a
And you want to go back on
fact
it?
check me. You know what I mean? Get on the fucking internet and argue with me. Show me somebody in the state that's creating more industry and that's dumping more cash back into. I don't give a fuck if it's the casino or not. That's dumping more cash back into the economy of Oklahoma than the Choctaw tribe. It's unparalleled. You can't fucking match it. The Chickasaws do a good job too, but they're not on a level with the Choctaws. They don't manage it as well. And I gotta, play politics a little bit because I have family members that are, part of the Chickasaws and all that. But it's a simple fact. Math doesn't lie.
Yeah.
And the simple fact is the Choctaws do a good job. That's why everybody needs to maybe not bow down, but at least fucking link arms with these
Or
people.
listen to them.
Yeah, I mean, pay attention to the business model. They're doing it the right fucking way. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they're not fucking people out of money to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is, you are free to go in there or not go in there. So don't give me no shit about taking people's money. Fuck you. You know what I mean? They ain't going in your house and taking it out of your wallet. you're walking in there and handing it to them. So don't give me no shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't feel sorry for people. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm not a gambler, so I don't feel sorry for people that lose money gambling. I'm like, well, that's too fucking bad. You shouldn't have gambled. Is all I can tell you. Because I don't gamble and I don't lose my money to the Choctaws that way. I might lose a little bit when I go in there to buy something. No, actually, they're cheaper than everybody else.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Hell yeah. A Mountain Dew, not this, but a 20-ounce Mountain Dew is $1.99 at the Travel Plaza, and it's $2.10 at Casey's, let's say. So, every little bit counts, especially when you're a business owner.
I guess Casey's bought all the Circle K's in Oklahoma.
Hell yeah, dude.
I didn't know that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got to stay up on the business, but...
Well, that's another thing that's cleaning a lot of shit up. I've had a lot of problems with
The gosh damn Easy Mart's got to go.
Yeah, dude, they're nasty.
They're horrible.
Circle K's are nasty too. The one on 6th Street's fucking nasty. The one on Krebs is fucking gross.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you have Casey's move in here, and the
Clean
first
it
thing
up,
they do
yeah.
is they reorganize shit, and they're like, all right, everybody that works here is fired.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all get the fuck out of here. You don't clean the trash out of the fucking bins
the
outside.
shit.
You don't clean the shitter. So get your shit, get the fuck out of here, and we'll get people in here that will.
The thing about Casey's is it takes you right at 13 minutes to buy a pop in there.
What?
It just takes forever, dude.
No.
Every time I go in there,
That
I'm like,
89-cent fountain drink, bro,
I
hit
know.
it, and they run your card, and they're like, you out? I'm out. You need a receipt? No.
I don't get fast service in there, man.
How?
Dude, never. I always get fast over to Casey's.
Fuck
Really?
yeah, dude. There'll be like two or three people open
Yeah,
up a lane.
yeah,
They'll be like, I'll get
yeah.
you over here, sir.
Dude, I'm at Easy Mart waiting on Homeboy to buy fucking Powerball tickets
Oh,
and shit.
Christ. Don't get me started on that shit.
Maybe I need to go back in there and give it another shot.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's bullshit.
How does every Easy Mart
working
bathroom
on the
smell the exact same?
Like fucking
Pee and
BO,
stale water,
somebody's
BO,
balls.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude. No, I fucking hate it, dude. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? At least at Casey's.
Which brings us back to the scooters.
Yeah.
Where are they going to ride them at?
I'm gonna ride the fucking scooters. I promise you.
Yeah.
Where are you riding them at?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go from downtown Choctaw Street to Chaddock Park. I'm gonna play some disc golf, and I'm gonna ride that thing back over to Choctaw Street.
I'm gonna ride it. Yeah, I'm gonna ride it everywhere,
I don't
all
think
over
you take it
fucking
back, though,
downtown.
do you?
Huh?
You don't take it back.
Oh, well, I gotta take
said
it back.
somebody pick you up in
Dude, it's
Chaddock.
Southeastern Oklahoma. I'm definitely gonna go back to where my vehicle's
Well, I'm
sourced
just saying,
at.
have somebody pick you up, you know.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I wonder if somebody could drop me off downtown. I could ride it home and then ride it back or something like that. You know what I mean? That would be cool. You could ride to my street. I mean, it'll take you a while. You have to do a lot of bobbing and weaving to get there because there's a lot of shitty roads. But
I
better be
think
careful.
when these scooters get here, I think let's realistically, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be called. I just had this beautiful idea. This is
Like a hat.
It's like I said, stupid. It's just I had an epiphany. We're gonna have the first annual I Don't Drink podcast. I don't drink coffee podcast. Okay, I'm trying to figure it out in my mouth. I don't drink coffee podcast. Ponderosa Cup. We're gonna get scooters. We're gonna make a course, and we're gonna race them. And I'm not saying like a little circle lap. It's like down this street.
Hell yeah.
We all take off the same time. Time trial.
Time trial, or are we going to take off the same
No,
time?
no time trial. Like 10, 15 checkpoints. You got to get as you go by a checkpoint, you got to get a tab off of it. When you get back to the deal, you got to have all the checkpoints. I got it in my mind. It's going to be a race. It's
I'm
going to be a
down.
race. It's a freaking race, Ben.
if I still weighed 300 pounds, I
Yeah.
would not be down. I'd be like, no, shit, no. I'm heavy. This doesn't make sense. I'm going to
Yeah.
lose automatically. But now, hell yeah.
This is like a 5-mile race, dude, on scooters.
We're going to do this.
We're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
We're going to film the damn thing. We're going to do it.
You know
gonna
I'll
do
do it. I'm
Yeah.
damn sure into that.
And
Hell
we're
yeah.
going to have a trophy, and it's going to be the first I Don't Drink Coffee podcast.
Now, is it just us three racing each other?
No, I want like at least 5 to 10 people.
I think that the thing you win should be Blue Moon for real.
Ooh.
If you want to be a part of this,
Ben's not going to
hit
win
us up.
anyway,
Yeah.
so I mean, it don't fucking matter for him. You know
I
what
tell you right now, I'll tell you what you're gonna do. You take previous guests because they've been on here, so they get a chance to be on it, and you get some random wild card. They got to send in a video why they should be in the race.
Hell yeah. Yes, dude.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do? We need to have a send in too for a jingle.
What about the trail? Like, isn't there like a bike trail here in McAllister?
I don't know
Did we
nothing
take
about
the trail?
that. I don't
Take
know
the
nothing
bike
about that,
trail?
dude.
You just reminded me too. There's trails that they can rent my side by sides and ride on in Scipio. By the
Scipio.
way, if you want to ride in Scipio, hit
Just
me
west-
up.
just west of
I'll,
here.
I'll bring you your side by side and you can ride it for a few hours and I'll come pick it up. You don't have to do anything but show up.
And the one in
Sorry.
Quentin
Hell yeah.
is
I've plugged this motherfucker like 3
No,
times.
I'm glad you did.
what's his name?
Keep it fresh.
It's
I don't know.
the guy in Quentin. Last name's Potts. Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah. Twin Mountains.
Yeah.
Scooter Pots.
Scooter Potts.
Yeah, I've been talking to him.
Yeah, I know his son real well.
We've been talking
But
about
dude, no,
scooters
listen.
a lot.
Let's talk about this freaking race. Let's make some rules. Let's get it in.
I'm not against the scooters. I know I started off on.
Are you against the race? It
was
sounds like you're
kinda-
back. It sounds like you're scared of the race.
Can I
He's
participate?
not really that excited about it.
But can I
Yes,
participate?
yes.
I can
You
race.
two got to be in it because it's the I Don't Drink Coffee podcast Ponderosa
Well,
Cup.
maybe it's just that we're just putting it together.
Well, if we win it though, somebody's gonna say it was rigged.
Yeah.
No, bro,
Yeah.
you got to get those checkpoints.
Because I'm gonna win the motherfucker.
You got to get the checkpoints. I'm telling you right now, like, you just flip this over. It's a map of the city of McAllister. You start here, you go around, you get your checkpoints, and you got to be back here where you started.
Well, we gotta know.
It sounds simple.
Hold on, dude. Now we don't want to make it too long because if the fucking scooter goes dead, then we won't get.
What's
to
what's
finish the race.
what's the duration on one of these
Dude,
things?
maybe we could have a scooter at each checkpoint. You have to jump off and get
do
another
a
scooter.
fresh scooter.
Yes, dude.
That's a lot of scooters you got to rent, though.
But
So-
you're helping the city out. Your
How many
city.
scooters are they going to have?
I don't know.
Like make it like a $30 buy-in where you got to pay $30 to get in. Oh yeah, that knocks y'all out. Y'all are too cheap to do that.
40
But like a
He's
$5
cheaper than I am.
Like a $5 buy-in. That
Yeah.
way you can pay for the fucking scooters that way. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be in the race.
Okay.
Dude, this would be
I think the
awesome.
city of McAllister will try to get in on this. with
No,
us.
they don't need to know about it. This is bootleg, underground,
Oh, this is Bloodsport.
blood sport stuff. This is the
Okay.
great,
It's the Kumite.
the great invasion.
The
Yeah,
Great Invasion.
they'll hate on it.
Wait a
No one
long
knows
time
about
for
that.
They'll probably
No,
close down
really
fucking
don't.
downtown and be like, no, the scooters are closed for
Yeah,
today.
they're gonna
So-
have they're gonna
gonna have
hear
our
this,
pictures on there.
and they're
We
gonna
can't
have a what's that called a field around it, echo field or whatever. You
Magnetic
can't
field?
you can't drive outside of that. They're gonna ruin it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it will be that, but
Yeah.
you just gotta make your track inside that field. There's gonna be a field. You can't.
Yeah,
you're
they
not gonna be able
really-
to take them.
I remember reading that they were going to have like
Yeah.
you can't go out of this space. Or
Once
whatever.
I once
you
I
know
get
what it's
the,
gonna be? It's gonna
once
be
I-
like you can't go out of this
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
or this business because we own these businesses, and
Yeah,
this
we'll
is
have to
where you
fucking-
have to spend money.
We'll have to race on
Because
Choctaw.
that is McAllister,
dude,
Oklahoma.
dude, if they do
in a
that,
nutshell.
be prepared to have Daytona 200 on Choctaw Street. We're just gonna be hot lapping that sucker all day long.
Hell yeah, dude.
not spending a damn dime on Choctaw.
Nope.
Not a fucking dime.
Unless someone's bringing me a water because I've been driving the shit out of this scooter.
Even if
It's
I'm
a lot
thirsty.
of it's a lot of douchebaggery going on in McAllister, Oklahoma.
Dude, this
okay?
shit is
a lot
fucking-
of douchebaggery.
I know about douchebaggery. I don't wear flip flops, but I know about douchebaggery.
Dude, that's well. I mean, just like my little sewer escapade that I've
Oh
had.
yeah, let's talk about that real
Since
quick.
well, that's my that.
So Lucas,
I'll be right back. I know the sewer deal. I'll be right back.
okay.
I'm gonna go draw up the scooter race map.
Okay, draw on that poster right there.
Oh, I'm it right
So you're gonna piss it on the wall? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
All right. Take a picture of it when you get done.
So we're gonna get. I think we're gonna play, right? We're gonna play some Call of Duty, and you're like, dude, my
Yeah.
house is flooded,
With shit. With sewer.
literally.
I've got video of it. Yep. Yeah. A big rain came
Came from
in.
a rain,
Yeah.
right.
Big rain came in, and the time before when it rained, I'd noticed that I had a hard time flushing my toilets. They wouldn't flush, basically. I mean, you hit the button and the water would rise, and that would be it. Well, by the time
You have a
with-
button on your toilet?
no, the lever.
Fancy.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I misspoke.
You got a button. All right.
Forgot we were being so fucking particular here. But anyway, yeah. So, but the next time it rained, it backed up into all of my bathtubs, and I have a walk-in shower in Gavin's room, and it flooded out of Gavin's walk-in shower into the floor, out into the floor of his room, in the hallway outside of his room and bathroom, and into my dining room, and ruined the floors in all of the above. And it flooded for quite a couple of hours, and then it was sewer, of course. So we go back in. You know, of course, I had to move Gavin out because the floor it had funk in it. And then every time it rained after that for the next 6 times it rained, it would flood that shower, back up into the shower, and start trying to run out into the floor.
And this
and
ain't clear water.
This is
correct?
this is sewer water from the city sewer. They tried to tell me that it was my sewer backing up, and I'm like, it ran out of the shower continuously for 40 minutes. I got that much sewer in my house. I have 40 minutes worth of water to run out of a fucking shower. No, that's the city. That's yours. Baby wipes, all kinds of shit from that. I don't have a baby in my house. Okay. All kinds of things were backing up into my house, and including and not limited to human shit. So, yeah, it's funny now. It was not funny at the time. But we were taking a bucket.
Were you gagging?
Fucking A. It's shit.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get a picture. I want details. I
Well,
want details.
I used a bucket that we usually use to detail our vehicles with.
Mm-hmm.
I used that to dip shit out of and put it in a trash can. I sat there and did that the entire time it was raining so that it wouldn't run back out onto the floor, because we'd had the floors removed and had Flood Serve come in there. Shout out to Flood Serve. They overcharged us a little bit. I mean, they're just expensive or whatever, but they were prompt. They did the job they said they were supposed to do. They did a good job. No problem with Flood Serve. They came in and cleaned all that, so we didn't want it to run out again, have to have Flood Serve come back in. So we took, and the entire time it was raining for about 2 hours every time, would sit there and bail that shit water as it would fill up the bottom part of the fucking walk-in shower, pour it into a trash can, walk out in my front yard in my driveway and pour it down the fucking driveway and let it run down with the rainwater into the storm drain, because that's the only choice I had. So I did that several times, and I told the city I did it too. And it's technically supposed to be illegal to do that, but what the fuck am I supposed to do? Let it run in my house? I'm not doing it. Ticket me. Give me a ticket, because I'm not doing it. Anyway, so we get people in there. Okay, they come in and say, we need to look at your sewer system. I had plumbers come in. Or no. The city came in first and said, do you have backflow prevention? And I said, I don't know what I have here. I've never had to deal with the sewer. It's never been a problem. I've lived here 4 years. Never an issue. They look around, they find our sewer lines, and they say, well, it's the city ordinance. You're supposed to have backflow prevention and cleanouts, and you don't have either of those. I said, okay. So I hired plumbers to come in, and they dug up our lines. We have 2 different lines because we have an add-on to our house. So we have the original sewer line that comes from the house and the add-on line. They're 2 separate ones, and they join out close to where the sewer main runs. Had them come in, dig it up, put in cleanouts, and put in backflow preventers. Okay, well, the entire time when they dig it up, when they cut into the line, both lines, either line you want to pick, sewer flowed backwards from the main. It's not supposed to do this, but it flowed backwards from the main into the hole while they were trying to fix it. They had to sit there and use buckets and bail shit water out as it backflowed into the holes, so that they could put my stuff in the line, or they could put my backflow preventers and my cleanouts in. The entire time, even it hadn't rained in days, they had to wait on it to dry up before they could do the work. That tells you how long it should have had for this water to recede, because they kept saying, well, we can't keep the storm water out of the sewer, and that's why it's backing up. Well, they had some other blockage problem or something like that, because the water would stay for days and days and days in this fucking sewer main and run backwards into my house. So put the shit in. It rains again. It backs up into my house again. I have to do the same thing because the water level never dropped enough, because the backflow preventer is basically a check valve that has a little flapper on it, right? It has a rubber ring on it. So whenever water is flowing the correct way, it swings the gate open, right? Just through the water pushing on the gate. So it swings it open. Well, when the water quits flowing, this gate falls back and closes with a rubber enclosure, so that if the water flows the wrong way, it'll just push the gate shut harder. Well, the water level never dropped enough to let the fucking thing shut. There was a turd
lodged in the door.
They tried to tell me that.
I knew it.
Well, it was probably baby wipes or fucking meth needles, whatever it is you might flush down your fucking toilet. in the city. God only knows what all. The level never dropped enough for those things to close. So whenever it rained, the fucking water backed up, or the sewer backed up in my house anyway. Now, I had guys one day in there repairing the damage that had been done, right? On my own dime, mind you. Now, we did file a claim with our insurance. Not, I guess, our homeowners or whatever. And it did cover one instance of sewer backflow, which they said most people's insurance don't cover that. So we got lucky on that part of it. So we got a nice little $5,000 shot in the arm. Well, that's cool, except for it was gone in no fucking time trying to put back in flooring and sheetrock and all the other shit. Well, flood service part of it was $1,500 just to have them come in, dry it out, and clean the concrete where it's not rancid anymore.
The sewer backup is an endorsement, and there is a limit, and you can change it if you want more. But typically, they come with about a $5,000 limit.
Yeah, this was the max. They gave us the max. Now that when they called me, they said, "Do you have any pictures or anything about?" I said, "I have a video." So I emailed them the video, and I shit you not, in an hour, that money was in my bank account because they knew what they saw. They knew I was walking around in shit. Well, it was obvious what it was. And when I showed the video to the fucking city guys, they were like, "That's when the first time somebody said, well, that was your sewer backing up," and I'm like, "Don't." I got a fucking mouse stand on my front porch, and I was like, "Don't do that. Don't do that, man. We're standing here eye to eye. Don't bullshit me, man. This is not my sewer. Look, there's dirt. There's fucking all kinds of things running backwards out of my drain. It's never done that before in 5 years of living in the same fucking house. No, dude. Don't do that." Yeah. And they immediately saw I was getting fucking hostile, so they were like, "Well, blah, blah, blah." They try to bullshit me a bunch like I'm a fucking moron. That's another thing that pissed me off.
Do you name drop that you knew Ben
I
Klein?
did. I said, "Listen, man, Ben Klein will come out here and he will regulate this shit. You guys want to keep your fucking jobs?
Yeah.
You want to see the sun go down and have a job?"
They changed their tone, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, good.
That's why they fucking loaded up and left. They're like, "Shit, we'll go down here."
Be great at Ben is such a mastermind. We never gave him enough credit, in his dogging of the McAllister politics is just his way to take it over one day.
Yeah,
that would be great. That'd be epic.
Wouldn't it be though?
I'm sure that's what it is. I've thought about that. I'm trying to help so I can reap the benefits.
Well, every time I gripe about it, people are like, "I feel like you're about to run for city council," and I'm like, "No, I'm not in."
You talk about an unwavering
I'm gonna put
wall of bullshit. I couldn't imagine.
I'm gonna put Ben on the spot real quick. Other than the baseball fields, what is your model and plan for McAllister to succeed? Because we can be negative all we want, but if you're not coming up with solutions, then you're just being a negative person.
Well,
you want to know what mine is?
I talked to somebody the other day, and I go, "Oh yeah, he lives over there."
Don't say where he lives.
Right,
there's crazy fans out here.
Right, and there are other people in his neighborhood
dealing with this shit.
that has had the same freaking problem he has, and they dealt with the same thing. They eventually moved, but he's dealing with the same exact thing.
Let me tell you what currently, as we sit here, the next street down from me is dug up the entire length of the street.
Because of this?
Because they can't get rid of the stormwater. They are not set up for it.
So finish your story.
Anyway,
or go on.
I'm pretty much done with it. But the problem is I ended up having to talk to the city manager, right? Because I call up there, and the lady I was talking to was nice. I'm not going to say anything negative about her because she was trying to help in her own way. But she's like, she catches the fucking bullshit calls like the one I'm giving her. You know what I'm saying? So I could see real quick that I wasn't getting anywhere. So I showed up. I went down to City Hall, and I was like, walked in, and I go, "Hey, I've been dealing with so-and-so. I need to deal with whoever's above that." Well, then so-and-so comes walking out there to me. I met her. She's nice, and she's trying to be helpful.
Was she in the Stone Temple Pilot shirt that you could not secure at Hot Topic?
Oh, sure. I may have actually had a Stone Temple Pilots shirt on that day. No, I wore a button-up shirt because I
wanted to look the part.
Yeah, I wanted to look like a contractor because I wanted to look like I knew what I was doing. You know what I mean? It's that whole psychological
smart play.
Yeah, I started to go sleeveless, but
did you have your hard hat on too?
Do I?
Did you have your hard hat on?
No, dude. If you wear a hard hat as much as I do, you don't want to wear one of those motherfuckers unless it's absolutely necessary. Unless you're gonna lose your job for not wearing it. It's the only time you wear one.
So you went down there, you talked to this lady. She said,
"Well, she's like, I'll let you. I'll give you the information from my boss. Blah blah blah." And I was like, "I want to talk to the city manager. That's who I want to talk to. This is the dude that's supposed to be." I have had enough. I appreciate because the guys would come out and they would.
Please tell me his name was Samson. And you were yelling, "I want to talk to Samson."
No, what is this dude's name? What's his name? Pete. Something. He has a weird ass last
would
name.
know.
I don't know. But anyway,
You're dang right I would.
well, this guy calls. He calls me later. He's not in. He's on vacation or some
Ben's,
shit.
by the way, not trying to joke through this. He's mad. Ben's got a lot of anger and hostility right now.
What McAllister needs is
No, don't tell me
An
what
enema.
they need.
is an art museum.
Mm-hmm.
What they don't need is a baseball complex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
ahead.
Well, this is a
That's
classic example. This is
That's
just
McAllister,
underlining
Oklahoma.
what you just said. I mean, because the city manager calls me and he's like,
We're working on an art museum. Is that
Mr.
what
Johnson, I just want to call you and tell you, that I've heard about your situation. I didn't know about it till today, but and this is 2 fucking weeks, by the way, that this dude still ain't heard about it. They ain't fixed anything. Nothing's changed. It's still flooding. I do same shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Until I had more than enough. Like I want the mayor's phone number. You know what I mean? I want to talk to somebody that's going to do some shit. This is enough. Because at the point I was at, it stopped the guys I had working on my house because it was flooding one day when they were out there putting in new flooring. Mm-hmm. So they stopped and used a wet dry vac to keep it from getting on the new flooring they just put in. Mm-hmm. Okay? So I can't, number one, if I want to move out of the city, I can't fix my fucking house
To sell it.
so that I could sell it if I wanted to. I can't even move forward. My kid had to move out of the house. He lived with his grandparents for about almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, this is his senior year. You know, he's about to leave.
This was at the end of his senior year. He spent the last of his senior year not living in the house because of
you,
this shit.
you can never get that back.
You're,
And I don't appreciate
You're
that.
you're between a rock and a turd at this point.
I am in between a lot of turds is what it is. It's a
Yeah.
lot of fucking turds. Yeah. And I didn't appreciate it. So then this guy goes, I want to assure you we're doing everything we can. And I said, listen, I appreciate you calling me, but I want to tell you something. I need something done. I said,
You haven't
talking
done
about
anything.
it. I said, talking about it and having these guys come out here and jet the line with what they keep doing, this 15-inch fucking sewer main. They're sticking a 2-inch hose in here and blowing some water up there and going, well, we got flow coming back this way. And I'm like, look, man, I'm not an 80-year-old lady. I'm not a fucking moron. I know what you're doing. You're trying to do something to pacify me, but I'm sick of shit running backwards into my house. Now I'm over $5,000 in the hole trying to remedy this problem. You guys haven't done anything yet. So, well, I assure you, what did he say? Something about, he was alluding to the fact that I should just get used to it. And I said, let me tell you something right now. And I raised my voice for the first time. I said, I don't have to get used to shit. I said, you are.
But you're dealing with shit.
That's what he's wanting me to do. He's trying to get me to get used to shit. I said, what I need is somebody to come out here and fix this problem. I have had enough.
Yeah.
This has gone on as far as I needed to go. My family's not safe at home. I'm fixing to have to move out of my house because of the city sewer system. Do you understand that my house isn't sanitary anymore? I have 2 other children that live there, and we can't stay there anymore because of the smell and because of the nastiness of the place. Mm-hmm. What are we going to do? Well, your house is top priority. And I said, well, I'm ready for you guys to prove it. He said, in the city, your house is top priority above everything else. And I said, well, I'm ready to see something change because right now, everything you guys have done has done nothing. Mm-hmm. Well, I assure you we're going to do everything we can. We're going to work every day on it until it's fixed. And
Until we appease you.
Well, yeah, it was another. Well, they came and talked to me once. They had the safety officer come out and look at what I had because number one, they didn't believe I had backflow preventers put in, and so I went out there and showed them right where they were fucking at. This is the clean out. This is the backflow. If you want to take the lid off of it, you can look down in there. Well, the guy takes the lid off, and it's full of fucking water. Mm-hmm. Full to the brim on a dry, sunny day full of water. I said, that right there is city sewer. Yeah. In case you're wondering, leave that fucking lid off. And when it rains tomorrow, come out here and you'll watch it sit there and run out of this clean out. That's supposed to be protecting my house from this shit. So a day goes by and then I see some trucks that I have pictures in my phone of it, but the trucks were from Syracuse, New York. So they brought somebody in here from out of state to come in, and they were above my house where they said, because my house there evidently is a T not too far from my house, and they went in there and did something, and then they went back the other way from my house and did something that way, and then they started working on the storm cell or the stormwater drain that goes west from my house, and whenever they did those things, it finally cleared out and it stopped giving me problems. over a month later of every time it rained.
An outside contractor from 1,000 miles away had to figure it out.
Yeah, that essentially, yeah. And it rained either six. I have to go back and read in my deal. It was either 6 or 7 times it rained in those times that for 2 hours I bailed shit water out of my bathroom.
We would see you doing it. You send us videos
Yeah,
of that. And what I like is this podcast has come full circle because Ben's video we posted yesterday. This is what happened when you flush feminine products down the toilet.
Very true. Very true.
I saw that video.
Burned.
You burn
down.
stuff down. You burnt LJ down out of his house.
The trash truck was burnt
Down.
down. We'd go through there and do our thing. Go
El
on a
Chico.
little
We
day
go to
to
El
El
Chico's.
Chico's.
El Chico's day.
Went by the salvage yard
all the
first, the
fucking
scrap
places.
yard, and it was whatever. Come back and they're still there.
Yeah, there's still tires there today. I drove by there. There's burnt
Dude,
tires
you couldn't
laying
even
there.
tell that there was even a cab there. The only way you knew that was a trash truck is because you're not going to melt that bed.
I wonder if
or
it's
that
the same
dump
truck
bed or
that
whatever.
knocked a big fucking limb out of a tree trying to not run over me a couple of mornings ago. I wonder if he damaged something whenever. I'm shit you not. This trash truck hit and knocked down a fucking 8-inch limb out of a tree right in front of somebody's house. It dead stopped him.
Damn.
Like I was coming in my work truck this way and he's coming this way from like South Street. And I'm getting over, he's getting over, and bam. Dude, it dead stopped this fucking, I was going to tell you this, dead stopped the truck in its tracks. The fucking limb fell on top of the truck and everything.
It was a trash truck?
Yeah.
Was it white?
White and blue. I don't know.
One of those, he probably seen a Republic truck, I'm guessing, if it's city limits.
Yeah.
Oh.
This was one of the outlying trucks that burnt
This is
down
on
there.
Highway 69. I don't know who's running trash up there.
Well, we saw another trash truck on the way back.
I
When we were
know.
coming back.
I
but
think someone's moving drugs. I think it's the cartel.
Trash is big business, man. I mean, if you want to make some money, trash game is where it's at.
Well, they I saw a couple months ago that tow truck that was carrying that FedEx truck on the back of it. Dude,
hell
just
yeah.
about 30 seconds later, he ran into that bridge. I was like, gosh, that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah.
So your issue is fixed now. Did you document all the hours you spent? Because, I mean, surely you're going to try to get the city to reimburse you for all of that.
What I'm waiting on right
basically,
now.
that's going to go against their insurance. I'm sure
I have
they're
the
gonna
I have
file
the
a claim
paperwork
and-
for the claim. I have everything I need except I cannot get a contractor to come in and give me a fucking quote on what it'll take to replace the bottom 6 inches of my sheetrock. Can't get them. Not to do the work. I can't even get somebody to come in and give me a quote. I can't even get anybody in there.
So you need a drywaller that'll give
Anybody. All I need is a quote for right now. You know what I'm saying? So that I can go ahead and recoup my money from the city to pay to fix the fucking house. Yeah. That's where I'm at with it. It's awesome.
So it's still not fixed.
No.
The bottom 6 inches of sheetrock was flooded.
Yeah, this shit is fucking no. That's what I'm saying is I'm very, very displeased. I'm moving out of this fucking city. Whenever I get that house fixed, I'm gone. I'm done with this motherfucker. I don't care. I don't give a shit if I have to live in a fucking 1-bedroom, $1,500 a month fucking
In Summerfield.
shithole. Whatever.
Summerfield. Huh?
Well, I gotta be close enough for Carter to get back and forth to practice, but I'm getting out of the city of McAllister.
Krebs,
and will not be
America, here we
back.
come. He's going to Krebs. He's coming with me.
Krebs is better than hell
Krebs
yeah.
is a good town, man. They're all about doing the ball field stuff.
I'm
man.
on
They're all
I'm on
about
the McAllister Krebs line, so no one claims me. I'm my own sovereign nation over there.
Sweet. That's the best way
Trent's
to
over
be.
there putting up fence because people are trying to park on his land.
Dude, I'm getting old, dude. Forgot about that.
Get off my land.
Me and Ben was going to Muskogee. I'm like, you ready? He's like, yeah. Well, like, I cut down a piece of my fence I was trying to be a good neighbor because the county's never going to be able to go clean out my ditch. So I went and skid steered it, brush hogged it, knocked out a bunch of trees and growth. And meanwhile, I drug all the stuff I cut down because, I mean, like, it was growing so much, these trees, that they were growing into the road, and, like, your vehicle would scrape it when you met another vehicle, you know. So I
Trent's trying to be nice.
I'm trying to. So I cut them all down, made a brush pile so I had to cut down my fence. Meanwhile, some new houses that got built over there, they were having a lot of visitors, and they started parking in my field. and I'm getting old and grouchy, and for some reason it just didn't sit well with me.
Something Trent would have done a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, you know, everybody's done
He'd
that
be like,
shit.
what's the big deal?
There ain't even a fence here.
Yeah, I'd have done it. I probably would have cut some donuts in the pasture. But anyway, so,
Most likely.
Yeah.
There's no probably to it.
Oh, they ought to have done it. Yeah, but so I finally caught this vehicle not there because he was just camped there, I guess. So Ben saw me and I'm out there repairing a fence. He's like, "What in the hell are you doing?" I was like, "I seized the opportunity."
I
There you
mean,
go.
he just asked me to go to Muskogee with him, to look for some stuff. And I roll up, and he's got a side-by-side out there, and he's all muddy and dirty and sweaty. And
Cowboys
he's
work's
fixing it.
never
I'm
done,
like,
man.
I'm like, did somebody, hack your phone and send you this message, send this message to me? Because I
thought you were ready.
to go to Muskogee
Yeah.
right now.
I even told my wife, I said, "Why is this even bothering me?" She's like, "I mean, I guess I'm kind of bothered by it." I'm like, "Man, I just don't want to be that way, but just
Well,
don't
you
take
give 'em an
advantage.
inch.
Just come talk to me."
We give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
I
Next
know.
thing you know, they'll be cutting donuts out there and stuff, So,
Yeah, they'll have a concert or something. You know what I mean? Damn.
Right.
Well, I would be the same way. You're paying property taxes, and first one thing and another, and if it's yours, it's yours.
So you got the LeSabre done and painted and all ready to go, and then you put her up for sale, and then you find a buyer.
Oh yeah. Well, I to start the business was why I was going to sacrifice to the Sabre, to the Le Mans is what it actually is, but I was going to sacrifice it to start the business. Come to find out, I don't think I'm going to have to. Thank God.
Plasma. You're selling plasma?
Yeah.
LeSabre.
Yeah. Well, the Choctaws once again coming in clutch. They're going to help me out. So, but yeah, I was going to sell it, put it up for sale. Got a lot of good offers on it, and I put it up from what I was told by a guy too cheap. And he's like, "Hey man, take that down. Don't do that." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You're leaving money on the table." He's like, "At that price, you're going to have a bunch of tire kickers and shit coming around. Nobody with any knowledge or real experience with what this thing is. They're not going to realize what it is. You're not going to get any money out of it. You're leaving money on the table." And I said, "Okay, well, what do you suggest?" And he said, "I say 18,000." And I was like, "Holy shit, hell yeah!" So I thought, "Oh, well, we'll see." So I posted up for 18, and surprisingly, it did not slow down as far as people. And I didn't ever intend to get 18, but it's like he said, you can always go down, but you can't go up. So I get some decent offers. Some people wanted to trade, and first one thing and another, and I felt like I needed the money, so I had to tell people no on several different things. And then I get this guy, he calls me, or no, he messaged me, and he said, "Man, I love your car. I love everything about it. Can you send me some video of it running? And can you send me some pictures of the interior?" I said, "Hell yeah, that's no problem."
If you got any, photos of you in flip flops, send those too.
Yeah, but he'd be shit out of luck on that. But I mean, now in my Merrills, obviously I've got some of me flying out of a boat.
He would never buy it then.
But yeah, he would. This motherfucker loved my car. But so I sent him the video, and he called me. Let's see, how did it work? No. He sent me his number, and he said, "Would you call me? I want to talk to you about the car. I want the car." Like he was certain that he wanted it. I was like, "Oh shit, okay." So I call this guy, and he said, "Hey, this is my girlfriend's phone or something like that. Something happened to my phone. So you may not be able to get a hold of me on here, but I'm very interested in the car. I want the car. I don't have a trailer. I don't have really a way to come get it, but I do have the money. I just sold my house, and I've got money in the bank to buy your car. I want to drive your car. I want your car." I was like, "Okay, well, where do you live?" And he said, "Pottsboro, Texas." And I was like, "Oh shit." I said, "That's a long ways away, and he's like, "I'll give you cash money." And he gave me a price that was more than I thought I'd be able to get for the car. And he said, "I will have money in hand, cash in hand." And I was like, "Shit." I'm like, it's a long way to go, but if the man wants the car and he's got the green, maybe it would be to my advantage, So lesson fucking learned. Because I don't buy and sell vehicles,
Well, I
what I mean?
didn't want
not
to tell LJ this, but I'm like, dude, there's no way I'm taking that car down there.
Well,
There's no way.
but-
And I don't even know the story.
Well,
We have literally gotten as far as I've gotten with the story with LJ. He told me tomorrow I'm supposed to take my car down to Texas.
Yeah,
And,
and-
I wanted to say, don't do it.
Well, and what I had in my mind was, okay, this guy wants the car. I know what I got. I know he's going to like it. You know, I can tell by the way he's talking. He already wants it. All I need to do is let him drive it, confirm that it is what he thinks it is. Sale made. I got my money. Everybody's happy.
Right.
I'm glad I did
Homeboy
it.
thought he was getting
It's
LeSabre and it's the gosh damn Le Mans.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Sometimes
That's what it
sometimes
was.
it goes down that way. Most
Well,
times-
and
more
here's
times
another
than not,
thing
it
is
don't.
I was buying a Suburban from a guy in Boca Cheeto, and so it was kind of down that same area. I can drop the car off, get the money, go pick up the Suburban that I'm buying to get my dually running because I'm taking an LS motor out of the Suburban. So I'm thinking all in one fell swoop. I got this whole thing, bada bing, bada boom, works out. Everybody gets money. Everything's got all this shit. It's going great. I'm smiling fucking ear to ear all the way down there.
So once again, I don't know
I don't know none of this.
any of it.
Well,
So
nobody did.
So you went down there.
Yeah, my dad goes with me, right?
Okay.
Last minute, because he wasn't going to go. And then he said, hey, they got done with he's having some electric running at his house. The electricians got done quick.
I don't want this foot fetish guy raping my son.
Well, he
Oh
just
my
he
God.
just said, I want to go with you, you know, because in case you have trouble. Well, Dad did pretty much as much work on it as I did. I mean, really, truly helped me every step of the way. Knows the car really well. Knows what we did to it and everything. So if there's anything I can't remember, a lot of times I can say, Dad, how did we do that? And he can refresh my memory a lot of times. So, anyways. All this is going towards getting this guy to buy the car because I'm thinking, dude, because I've talked to him on the phone like 3 times and he's like, do you want a cashier's check? You want cash? How do you want the money? You know, and I'm like, dude, if you got cash, I mean, I'll take cash. You know, that's the fucking best thing. So we go down there, we drive all the way down to Pottsboro, Texas, and we pull up.
How long of a drive is that?
It's like an hour and a half. It's not too bad.
Okay.
It's really not that far.
So
It's
you'll
a
pull
little
up.
ways south of Durant. I mean, you go across the river, Red River, and it's just right there. And but I'd never been there. You know, I always stay on 69 or 75 or whatever the fuck they call it in Texas
Right.
and go straight on through. But anyways, so we turn, and these people live out in the country. And he told me we live out a little ways, but you know, when you get here, let me know. And you message me on Facebook, but I can't really check it because I still haven't found my phone, which I thought was weird. You know, I'm like, who the fuck goes? This has been like 4 days. This dude ain't got a phone.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like,
He's liquid. He sold his house. Get a
well,
phone.
Ben's weird about phones too. He buys his phone outright and all this weird shit, you know. So I thought maybe he's one of those guys that can't, you know, that doesn't follow the fucking system that keeps everything flowing. They got to have some kind of a fucking roadblock to block everything.
If you buy it outright, it's an unlocked phone, and you get mad at AT&T, you can switch to the other. But if you buy it and you're paying payments on it, AT&T
Well,
is not.
I got a real good story about that to prove you wrong in a minute. But let me finish this one first. Okay? It's
Okay.
a damn true story. But anyways, this is all what I'm about to tell you. I wish I can't make this shit up either. So we get down there, and they live out in the country, but there's really nice houses. I'm talking about like big pipe fences, horse stables, a lot of neat shit. I mean, this is, you know, something you would expect to be outside of Dallas somewhere, you know, within travel distance of Dallas. Okay, these people commute, but they got money and shit. So I'm driving down through there. I'm like, all right. So his number was 500 and something. So I'm looking. And I'm looking and the numbers are getting smaller. So we've missed it somewhere, like 400 and something. So we go down and turn around. And I message this guy, hey, I'm here, but I can't find your driveway or whatever. And as we fucking turn around, and he has a mailbox. It's a little bitty black mailbox, and it was out with the fucking grass growing all the way around. That's why I didn't see it. And this guy's standing out in the road, and he's got on, and this is no cut towards anybody, man. I'm just telling you what the motherfucker had on.
Got
Okay?
flip flops on. Gosh.
He
dang.
does not. He had tennis shoes on, but he had on some like gray, not unlike these sports shorts right here.
So now we're gonna get it on trend. Okay, cool.
But they were looking more like some and ones or something like that, and they had a lot of stains on them. They weren't his, you could tell. They were somebody much bigger than him. And he's got on a gray tank top
Of course.
and a lot of prison tattoos, right? A lot of prison tattoos all everywhere. And so I'm like, what the fuck? You know, this guy's supposed to have well over, let's say, between $10,000 and $20,000 in cash. Okay, and he's standing at the edge of the road. He's waving me down. I'm like, oh shit, okay. And we took my Tahoe down there. By the way, we pulled the car down there on a trailer on my dad's car hauler behind the Tahoe. So I'm driving. So we pull up there, and this guy's name's Art. I'll say his fucking name. I don't remember his last name, but his name was Arthur, but he went by Art. He told me that first right out of the box, right? So I roll my window down and I go, Art, and he goes, yeah, you know, I'm like, I'm Lucas, you know, shake hands, and
You shook hands. COVID. Gosh.
I know, man. And he goes, dude, your fucking car. That's what he said. He goes, dude, your fucking car is beautiful. And I said, thanks. And I'm just thinking, I'm smiling because I'm about to get my money. You know what I'm saying? I'm still smiling, even though I look where he came from and I can't even see up his fucking driveway because the grass is so tall, you know? And I'm like, fuck it. Money's money. You know what I mean? This much money, you know? Well, I get down in there. I follow him down because he goes, I live up through here. So I go to turn off the road and number one, he's standing in my way where I can't turn in the fucking driveway because like my trailer's going to swing and hit him. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's just a guy. He ain't been around shit. He ain't done shit. You know what I mean? So he don't realize that.
Get the hell of the way.
So I end up having to go, hey man, if you would scoot over a little bit, I don't want to hit you with the trailer. I went as wide as I could coming in your driveway, but I don't want to hit you with a trailer. He's like, oh yeah, fucking cool, man, or whatever. And I pull in the driveway, and dude, my grass gets tall. Ask anybody that lives next to me. Sometimes it looks like somebody don't live at my house, okay? But this guy's grass is fucking everywhere. There's an old house.
And he's brush hogged at this point.
Yeah, he lives in a trailer house, which is I grew up in a trailer house. Okay, so don't start fucking judging me on this shit. Okay, he's in a trailer house that's like no shit, like 8 feet off the fucking ground for some reason. I don't know why it's mounted so high, but
Are you close to the river?
No, this is not that I'm aware of.
Well,
because
the
there
grass
was
don't block his view.
I guess that might be what it is. You know, maybe he needs a better view. I don't know. But there's an old house there, not too far from his house, that hasn't been lived in 25 fucking years. You know, you can tell. And so we pull up in his driveway, pull up by his house, and he's like, he goes, "It's unloaded anywhere."
Please,
he's like,
real quick. Was there for some reason an Isuzu rodeo at this house and some lawnmowers?
There was a.
Trent's in the business of.
I might have ran into this guy because I did buy a mower from Pottsboro, and this guy, if you sound like a redneck Canadian, might have been okay.
No, this guy's from Potts. You know what I'm saying? Like he's everything you think he would be.
Oh, these dudes were rednecks, but they sounded Canadian. It was really weird to me. But go ahead. Sorry.
Oh well, I pull up there and there is like an old what's the little Chevrolet, little 4-door Chevrolet cars? They're always like a pewter color. What the fuck are those things?
Impala.
No, it's a small, like a mid-sized car. Anyway, that's the only thing set in there is this car, right? Well, this guy's been telling me through messages that he has the fastest Mustang in 3 states. He said, I have clocked the fastest quarter-mile time in this Mustang. It's like an 8-second or 9-second car is what he's telling me. Mustang. He's like, when you see my Mustang, you're gonna die, man. It's fucking badass. Blah blah. He keeps going on and on about this Mustang.
This is. I mean, everything he's saying.
I know the guy. I can see him. Yeah.
I'm already not going. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's telling me about his fast Mustang and you're going to die and this kind of stuff.
But
dude,
we've been talking about my business now, though. You know, when I'm hot on the trail or something, I'm on the trail. And I'm on the trail trying to get the business started. So circumstances
so that dog
be
will
damned.
hunt. That dog will hunt.
Well, when I roll up to a place with my father, no matter what, we're going to walk out of that place. You know what I'm saying? Between the two of us, no matter what you do, you better fucking shoot us both in the head because one way or another, we're going to walk out.
Yeah, but I'm not going down
Was
there.
it a Pontiac Sunfire?
I'm not even thinking that. I'm just
No,
thinking
it's a Chevy car.
Cobalt.
It's an older car than that, though. Dude.
Alero.
Lumina.
It might be a Lumina. That might be what it is. Are those mid-size cars instead of the full-size like the Impalas? Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. But anyways,
Cavalier.
it's you get the general idea of what I'm saying. And so this guy's standing there talking to me about the car, and we're unstrapping it. And I said, "Well, I'm gonna start it because it after it runs a couple minutes, it runs a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and start it. So I back it off the trailer. You know, you can get the idea. So I jump up there. It fires right up, of course. We pull the straps off, and the whole time he has not stopped marching back and forth in front of me. And he's asking me questions about the car. He's like, is this car fast? And I'm like, I didn't really build it for that. And he won't even let me, like in the middle of my sentence, he's like, well, what motors it got in it again? Okay, well, I'm not really a Chevy guy. What rear end's under it? What's your transmission? You know, and before I can answer, he's fucking on to the next. I'm like,
are you looking around?
What do you mean? Yes. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, me and Dad both are there, you know. And
keeping your head on a swivel, right?
Now you got to know my father. If you don't know my dad's a very serious person. Always. I've grew up my whole life with this motherfucker. He is the most serious person that you've ever met in your life. Okay, you can't joke with him or anything like that. It's a modern fucking miracle that I joke with anybody from the family that I come from. So my dad's being real quiet, like he always does, and I'm trying to answer this guy's questions. He's fucking, well, you got to see my Mustang, man. After we get done driving the car, we're going to drive the Mustang, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right. Well, the only thing that keeps flashing through my head is all this fucking money this guy's supposed to have, right? So we're standing there talking, and he goes, well, if everything goes right, man, I got the money on me. And out of the pocket of this shorts, he pulls the biggest wad of $20 bills I've ever seen in my fucking life. A double handful of green fucking money comes out of his pocket. I don't know how much was there. I never counted it.
It's a James DeRosa load of money.
I know 420s fell out on the ground and he didn't even look at them. I picked them up and gave them back to him. You know what I mean?
That's on you. That's your bad.
Yeah.
That's a James DeRosa move right there.
Well,
it is.
That's exactly what he did.
Well, and the whole time he never stops. He's talking this whole fucking time. And so I get in the car. We set the ramps off, back the car off the trailer. Everything's great, dude. I mean, it's running fine, of course. I know what the fucking car is. We built the motherfucker, you know. Pull out of there, and he goes, well, let's go drive it, man, so I can get you paid. I mean, he's doing his shoulders and shit, all this. Well, while we're sitting there talking, this real tall guy comes out, dressed in mostly red, which I have to assume is because he's a blood. Because he talks a lot of gang talk whenever he is like, yo, homie shit. You know what I mean? He's saying that shit to me and my dad. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right. Well, he's smoking pot, which is up to him. It's up to him. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
2021, LJ.
But the thing is my windows are down in my ride in my fucking Tahoe, and he's standing over by my open window with the fucking weed going in it. You know what I mean? I don't like that shit. Not because I'm too good for it, but if I want weed in my ride, I'll smoke weed in my fucking ride. You know what I mean? Have some goddamn considerable courtesy for somebody. So I'm already getting pissed. You know what I mean? This is pissing me off because I don't like being disrespected. You know what I mean? Now, I like the price he's going to pay for the car. Okay, I do appreciate it. But
you want a little fluff with that.
It's my fucking car at the end of the day. You know what I mean? This is still my thing. I drove this fucking car all the way down here for you to look at, for your fucking enjoyment or whatever. So, anyway, he goes, well, let's drive this motherfucker, man. Because if I want it, I'm going to pay you, and you guys can get the fuck out of here. And I was like, all right. He goes, or we can go eat. You guys want to go into town and eat lunch? I'll buy it, all this shit. And I was like, no. Let's go drive the car. And he goes, I want to drive it. And the first thing I thought was, fuck no. You know what I mean? It's my fucking car. But then I remembered all that money falling out of his fucking pocket. So I'm like, all right, I'll let you. All right, I said, okay. But I said, it's not set up. It's set up for a daily driver. I said, it's got a Terminator X on it. He goes, well, what's that? Well, he's telling me all this shit about this badass car that he's got, but he just keeps proving to me that he don't know shit about cars. You know what I mean? I don't know a whole lot about cars, but he knows nothing. He's never even heard of a Terminator X. He's never heard of all this shit that I keep telling him is in it. And just saying that you're not a Chevy guy is not an excuse. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's cool, but I don't give, anyways. So I'm starting to get aggravated, and it's starting to come to me. Maybe I don't want to sell this guy my fucking car anyway. You know what I mean? He's kind of an asshole. Not an asshole. He was nice, but he's just a dumbass, I guess you'd say. Well, then he starts telling me shit as we're getting in the car and we're shutting the doors together. And I turn on the air conditioner to show him that the air conditioner works, and I'm like, okay, it's a ratchet shifter. Well, he don't even wait on me to fucking tell him explain how it works. He just starts fucking jerking on it. And I'm like, okay, well, hold on a minute. It's got a lockout on it. Like I said, there's a safety lockout on it. You have to push down on it, pull back, and then you can go into the gears. And he's like, well, how do you do it? And he just, at the speed I'm telling you, like how he's saying it, that's really how he was talking. Well, how the fuck do you put it in gear? Because we're going right out this way. And he's sitting there pulling out. I said, hold on, man. You got to push down on it. And the whole time I'm thinking, just get your money and get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Just get your money. Go start your business. It's what you're trying. It's what you're here for. You came all this fucking way. Deal with it. You know what I mean? Just deal with the situation. So I don't even tell Dad anything, but I get him into I go, okay, now that's reverse. There's neutral. There's drive. Now we can go. Okay, we take off, right? I don't even look back at Dad or anything. Leave him with the fucking pot smoking gangbanger.
And your dad's just sitting there going,
well, my dad's he's just standing there, you know what I mean? Like he does. He's just fucking standing there waiting on me to be, to stop talking, usually is what his thing is. And So we pull out onto the fucking road. It's blacktop road out in front of his house. Well, we take a left, and
Does he mash on it?
as soon as we straighten out, he nails it. Whoa, we take off, right? And all I'm thinking is, I don't have the seatbelts put in this fucking car yet. So there's no seatbelt to wear. And this motherfucker is going 120 miles an hour in this fucking car. Now,
that he didn't know how to put in gear.
yeah, the brakes are good. Steering's, everything's new. I put all of it on myself. I know what it is. But what I don't know is whether this fucking idiot driving is going to run into a tree with it or some shit, or run off in the ditch and throw me through the fucking windshield, or any number of things, because the inside of this fucking car is metal, sir. The 1971 Pontiac Le Mans is metal on the inside.
It's going to cut.
Everything you hit is going to, I know. I've hit my fucking elbows and head and cut everything, you know. So we're going pretty fast. We go up over a hill, and he goes, this fucking thing's cutting out. And we go over the hill, and it dies. And the reason I know it dies is because the Terminator X handheld that you do the adjusting on, when the car dies, it says stall. And I look down at it, it says stall. Well, he's sitting there. He's going
on the gas.
It's cutting out. He's stomping my gas pedal like this. He's going, it won't go. I've lost power. And he's just stomping my gas pedal. And I was like, hold on. It's fuel injected for one thing. So you don't have to do that. So I said, kind of pull over to the side. Now, what I'd seen the car do before is one time whenever when both electric fans were running and I had the headlights on, it popped the fuse because the power that I used for the fans is for the radio. Okay. So the radio fuse is like a 15 amp fuse. Well, it was too much shit for the radio fuse. So I ended up going to a 20 amp fuse. So I thought, well, we had the air conditioner running, you know, he nails the fucking car. We take off in it. So I'm thinking we popped the fuse. Okay. I know, because when you pop the fuse, the only thing that it knocks out is, it kills the power to the fuel pump. So when we stop, and I said, hold on a minute, turn the key off and everything. So when he turns everything back on, I don't hear the fuel pump run. And it's pretty loud. You know, it's in a tank fuel pump, but it makes a pretty loud sound when it's running. And I don't hear it. Everything else has got power but that. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm sitting there, and he goes, number one, the key, I set the car up. I wanted a push button start. You know what I mean? Just like for the same reason that I have a Hurst floor shifter in the motherfucker, because I think it's cool. Not because you have to, not because something's wrong with the fucking car. I wanted it that way because it's cool to flip a fucking toggle and hit the button. Yeah. It's as simple as that. It really is. That's why I did it.
Jet fighter shit.
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking man car. This shit's for fucking, this is an ass whooper car. It's black with chrome shit on it. You know what I mean? It's lowered. It's fucking, you know, America, motherfucker. You know? So anyways, anyway, he goes, he's going forward. Now, I've taken that out. You do have to turn the key on to put power to the fuse block.
Yeah.
But that's it. You just turn the key on.
Cranker.
Yeah, you turn the key on, flip the switch, and then hit the button, right? Well, he's just going forward with the key all the way and stomping my gas pedal. Well, I go, you got to hit the button. And he goes, okay. And I'm trying to be patient. You know what I mean? Because I'm losing my fucking temper with this dude. I just keep thinking about the money in the business. You know what I mean? I've made the decision to break with the car. Okay. This guy's a fucking idiot. I know he's going to kill my car in a day of having it. And I'm trying to, you know, it's like on those movies where they're holding somebody's hand and they're hanging off a cliff and they end up just having to let them go. Well, that's kind of what I'm doing with the car. I'm trying to let the fucking car go. And so he hits the button, and of course the fuel pump's not running, so it's just sitting there cranking, and he's stomping my fucking gas pedal still.
Your fuel injector still, bro. It's fuel injector.
That's what I told him. I said, this doesn't have a carburetor on it. It doesn't do any good to pump the fuel. I said, it either starts or it doesn't. I said, the pump, which is not running, sends fuel to the fuel rails, pressures it up, and that's when it starts. It doesn't have anything to do with your foot. Well, what do I got to do? He's still sitting there holding my fucking starter. I said, for number one, take your hand off the fucking starter.
You're annoyed at this point.
Yeah, dude, I'm getting fucking, you know, I'm about ready to whoop this dude's ass. Well, okay, so I get out, I'm thinking, it's a fuse. I go to the back of the car. I've got fuses in the car just in case. You know, I have all the shit that could possibly go right. I got an extra belt. You know how shit is. Go to the back of the car, open the trunk, and get a fuse out, and I go climb underneath, and I look, because I know right where the fuse is. Got my phone, shine a light on it, the fuse isn't blown. I'm like, well, that's fucking weird. What the hell? So I thought, well, maybe it's popped on the end because it has the old glass fuses in it, the old round glass fuses. Right. So I thought, well, maybe it popped at the end and I just can't see it.
Can't see it, yeah.
Yeah, so I take my knife and I pry the fuse out. When I do, it breaks, and it's a 25 amp fuse. Well, I've got a 30 amp fuse in my hand, so I'm like, well, fuck it.
That's even better.
Yeah. Yeah, what's it going to do? Burn the car down? It's his fucking car. But anyway, I slapped the fuse in it.
I'm blowing with black line, baby. I'm good.
I slapped the fuse in it, and we fire everything back up. And I said, "Hold on, just let me do it. You know, I know how it goes. Let me do this the right way."
You killed some sequences,
and still no fuel pump. And I'm like, "What the fuck is going on, dude? It's never done this, right?" Of course, when I'm trying to sell it, you know,
right.
I told the guy, I said, "I've never seen it do this before." Well, he's steadily fucking pacing up and down the street, and cars are coming
it's
by.
Hot. You're pissed.
It's very fucking
he's
hot.
high apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I called Dad and I said, you're going to have to come. I said, bring the Tahoe down here. We're going to have to move the car. I don't know how we're going to get on the fucking trailer at this point. You know, the only thing I can think is push it up the hill, get it running, and then, you know, let it run up on the trailer that way. So I said, bring the Tahoe down here. Let's back up, and we got to do something with the car. It won't start. And the guy's like, well, if you can get it started, I'll pay you 25, you know, he's fucking running off the mouth. And so Dad gets down there, and Dad's he's never driven my Tahoe. Okay. He doesn't like SUVs to begin with. And he's trying to back the trailer around because I'm standing there talking to the guy, and he taught me how to back a trailer. He's probably one of the best people I've ever seen back one. I've seen him do shit that you shouldn't be able to do with one. But he can't get it backed in because he can't see out of it right. He don't know what he's looking for. He can't use the mirror, you know.
It's hard to back a trailer with those SUVs.
Well, he rolls his window down. He goes, "Hey," he yells at me. He goes, "Stop talking and help me back this trailer up." Now, he's been saying this shit to me since I was 2 years old.
Yeah.
This same fucking sentence. You know what I mean? Whenever I'm 8, I'm supposed to be in the dark telling this motherfucker where to go. Oh, you know, go this way. I can't fucking see, you know. And he's doing this shit to me. I'm 44 and he's fucking 68, you know. And so this guy's telling me his life story, how he was in prison for 11 years, and he's a master mechanic in Dallas, and all this shit that's fucking bullshit. And Dad's getting pissed off. So now I'm all of a sudden trying to pay attention to Dad, because the last thing I want to do is get into a thing with Dad in the middle of the fucking deal, you know, because we have a tendency to get into those kind of things. So I said, okay, well, let me back the trailer up. And because I've backed it a shitload of times with hooked to the fucking Tahoe. And so the guy goes, "Hey, your old man, he doesn't put up no shit, does he?" I said, "No, man, he's a fucking, you know, very straight shooter, you know." And so, sorry, I just spit all the way over there because this is fucking hilarious. He comes walking over, Dad comes walking over to me, and he's going to do what I was doing. He's going to help me guide me in there. As we're changing places, I see him walk up next to this guy, and my dad don't like this motherfucker from word go. I know my father. He hates him from the moment he lays eyes on him. So my dad never looks at this guy. He walks over and he's standing kind of by him. And the guy and I can hear him as I'm walking away. I can hear this guy talking to Dad. He goes, "So man, what do you do for a living?" Dad goes, "I'm retired." Now Dad never looked at this guy through this entire.
He's not giving no attention.
As we sit here right now, he never looked at this man, not one time. He's standing there staring at me, and he goes, "I used to be a welder. I'm retired." And the guy goes, "You don't put up with any shit, do you?" And Dad said, "Absolutely not." I heard him say it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And this guy stopped talking when Dad said that shit, because he could tell Dad ain't fucking doing it, you know. And so I back the trailer around there, and we can't get enough of a run where we're at. We get out on the street, and we push it way back up there, and it's so fucking hot that I scalded both my hands pushing the car. That's how hot the car got. Well, I watched this dude lay down. Dad was fucking shocked. This guy tried to lay down underneath my car. He was trying to tell me what was wrong with the car. But what he didn't realize is that I built the car. You know, he kept telling me, "Well, it's probably a relay, da, da, da." And I said, "Listen, I personally put the wire in from the tank that goes from the pump to the relay. I put that in. It wasn't in the car. This car came with a mechanical fuel pump. It did not come with electronic fuel injection. I put it in the car myself. I know what's here." He was trying to be helpful, but I'm getting pissed off. You know what I mean? I'm fucking tired of dealing with him. I'm telling Dad, we get this on the trailer, we're getting the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Get it on the trailer, we're out. And so the guy lays down on the fucking hot asphalt with that damn
tank top on.
Yeah. Dad's like, he's looking at me like, "Holy shit." You know what I mean? Like, what? And of course, this dude's fucked up. He, you know, he's like, "Oh shit, that's hot as a motherfucker." Pops up like it ain't nothing, you know. And I'm just probably blisters on his back. I didn't look, but So we pushed the car way back up here. I could tell Dad, get in and drive, and we're going to push you up on the trailer. Push like a motherfucker. This dude can't push because his hands are burning and shit. We get most of the way up on the trailer. We have to jack it up there the rest of the way with a fucking ratchet strap to get it up on the trailer enough. We're trying to get down there where we can get some downhill, where we can get the car on up to the trailer, you know. Mm-hmm. So Dad tells me we get in the vehicle and we're pulling down to the guy's yard, and he goes, look, we're going to be able to get underneath the car and see a little bit better to see what's going on with the fuel pump. He said, because the ass end of the car was hanging off the trailer, and it's a car hauler, so it's got a dovetail, you know, so I can get underneath there. And he goes, just look underneath there and see if something's come loose. Maybe the ground's come loose or something like that. Figure out what it is. Sell this guy this fucking car, and let's get out of here. Yeah. And because he goes, if you can get it running, he's going to buy it. I said, I know, because he said it like 30 times. If you can get it running, I'll buy it. I want it. Man, you done a great job with the interior. He goes, over 100 fucking times like I'm doing you guys right now. And so we back up in there. I get underneath there. Everything looks perfect, dude. I took everything loose. I looked at everything. No reason. I'm thinking bad relay. So take the relay off one of the electric fans, hook it in there, still won't. No fuel pump. Mm-hmm. No power to the fuel pump. Everything else has got power. So finally, the guy is sitting there trying to tell me all this shit, and I go, and Dad's standing about as far away as you are, you know, probably 6 foot away, 7 foot away. And the guy's standing between me and Dad. And he's just fucking yap. And I said, hold on. Stop. Mm-hmm. Stop. Be quiet for a minute. Well, I see my dad doing what you're doing. He's smirking at me because he knows that's it. Yeah. He's either going to be quiet or I'm going to beat him unconscious and then we're going to leave. Mm-hmm. What's it going to be? You know, motherfucker, that's enough. I said, stop. You drove this car in a way that it's not set up to drive. You've done all kinds of shit here. I don't know what's going on with the car. I'm taking the fucking car home. Mm-hmm. Where it's done. Mm-hmm. He goes, well, let me go. He had brought me a fucking several piece of shit tools to try to help get it going, but it was nothing I needed. You know what I mean? It was that kind of deal. So he walks into that old fucking house, this old abandoned house, to get something. And Dad goes, gather all his shit up. And let's leave it here. I'm going to be strapping the car down, and let's get out of here. He said, you're not going to sell him the car? I said, no. Mm-hmm. He said, let's get the fuck out of here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's what we did. We gather all this shit up. The guy comes out, stumbling out. I don't know what the fuck he was. He gave me a baseball. Mm-hmm. Give your son this baseball. It's a fucking home run ball from some, you know. I'm like, okay. It's actually still in the car. So we strapped the car down, and the gangbanger comes back out, and he's like, so, man, and the dude's in the fucking abandoned house, and the gangbanger guy comes up and he goes, man, so is my homie going to buy the car? Because we're going to take it to California tonight. If he buys it tonight, we're going to California. And I'm like, well, I don't know. You know, I don't know where he's at. You know, I just want it to be over. My dad ain't said shit in 15 minutes, other than to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's like, well, they're gone. Get this shit the fuck out of here. We strapped the car down. And the guy goes, holler at me when you get it fixed, I'll buy it. Mm-hmm. You know, when you get it fixed, I'll buy it. And he brings out a cardboard box that's roughly 6 inches wide by about a foot long and about 6-8 inches deep. And it is stacked side by side, $20 bills. I don't know how much money is in this box. Mm-hmm. I mean, at least $30,000. I'm saying at least, because if he had $15,000 in his hand, he had double that in this box. Yeah. Come out of that fucking old house, okay? $20 bills. That's at $15,000. Let's say that's 750 $20 bills. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many's in that fucking box, and sets them down on the trailer, and then walks away again with all this fucking money sitting here in front of me and Dad.
And you didn't take it?
Dude, I could have, I guess, but this motherfucker, you know how that shit is. He somehow would find me. I don't know if he'd stolen an ATM and took the money. I don't know where he got all this fucking money. I don't know. Dope deals. I don't know. A lot of fucking money in a box. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, Dad, you see this? That's full. That's full of money. Not piled in there either. I'm talking about in rubber bands and fucking, you know. Stacks on its edge. A lot of fucking money. And Dad's like, let's get the fuck out of here. And I was like, yes, let's do. I go, here's your box and all your stuff. Talk to you later. You know, and we load up and go home.
I cannot believe you didn't goon up and just beat the hell out of them and take the money.
Well,
Disappointed.
they don't have anything to lose. You know what I mean? I got some shit to lose. So
Right,
you know, you go take somebody's money that ain't got nothing to lose.
So you didn't call him when you got it fixed?
I messaged him and told him that I had it fixed, but he never saw he hadn't opened the message or.
He ain't got a phone
so.
still.
And what
He's
was
got
wrong
that
with
much
it?
money, but no phone. Could have buy one outright.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah, I
wrong
know.
with it?
Yeah.
Well, come to find out, for some reason, the Holly, it came with a wire that you could wire the pump to, and it makes it run for 6 seconds to prime it whenever you turn the key on and shit, when you power the deal up. It's optional, though. You don't have to run it. You can run your own relay and everything for it. Well, all I did was I ran a hot that's keyed 12-volt hot with the key on over to it and run a ground and use the same fucking relay that was in the Holly and just wired it up that way. And now when you turn the key on, the pump runs. And, you know, I mean, basically, I don't know why. I still don't know why the Holly stopped giving it the signal. I know because I took a tester.
Probably because it was like, we don't want this dude buying his car.
Well, and that's what keeps, you know, that's
his car was like got a mind of its own.
that's
It's
what I
like,
told
no.
Brandy. I was like, I think the universe don't want me to part with his car. You know what I'm saying? I think there's something, you know.
Maybe it's like the Knight Rider.
Hey, maybe. I know firsthand though. You got that Facebook Marketplace. It's a great tool, but it is also you meet some weird people.
Well, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, dude, you were lucky to be alive. You
My
can't
dad
let
said-
you can't let the dudes go back in and out of the house.
Well,
man.
when we drove
He gonna
off,
come out with a
my dad
freaking
goes,
gun or something at some point.
That's
I
what
mean,
Dad goes,
dang.
I didn't know where y'all went. I didn't know when
Right.
you'd be back.
And he
He
or
said,
if
I
you
didn't
ever
have a
would.
gun.
Yes.
He said, for all I knew, that guy was going to kill me. That gangbanger
Did you
was
have
going
a
to kill me.
gun?
No. No, I had no gun.
I know what like that last Isuzu. I bought
Oh
that
my
Trooper.
gosh,
I went to
dude.
Bartlesville to get it, and the guy's like, "Yeah, man, come get it, title and everything." Well, I didn't realize this is in this backyard that had a fence that was barely wide enough for me to back this trailer in, and it was like down a hill, and we had to push it. And they had a Great Dane that has been taking dumps in this yard every day, like multiple dumps, and I'm laying down in it like, ugh. And we're trying to push this thing onto this trailer, and it's me, the dude selling it, and his buddy, and his brother and his other buddies were on the back porch smoking pot, like 4 of them, and we're struggling. One of those dudes like 400 pounds, and finally I said, "Hey, can y'all come help me push this thing up on this trailer so I can get the hell out of here?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, I guess so." And they're watching us like struggle to push it up this hill, dude. It's always something with Marketplace, man. I'm telling you, it's never just an easy, smooth transaction.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I don't buy and sell a lot of shit. For the main thing is, I don't like dealing with people. You know what I mean? It's always some bullshit. It doesn't matter. And I'm sure there's people that's probably said it about me. Oh, it's some bullshit. You know, this guy couldn't get his fucking car to run or whatever. I'm sure he said that. That's fine. But 99% of the time, my shit's squared away, especially when it comes to that car. You know what I mean? But,
It ain't squared away if you're going down there with no gun.
well, you know.
Cheese and rice.
Well, and you got to understand this, though. When I drove into the neighborhood, I felt good about it.
I don't care.
Everybody's
you drove
real
from
nice.
McAllister down there.
Yeah.
You don't leave home without a gun.
Well, and that's what Dad said, you know, because we rode in my vehicle.
I can't believe
you
your
know.
dad did that.
He usually don't go anywhere. Dude, my parents pack a gun. All my life they have. Everywhere they go.
Right, and
I'm not talking about place. I'm talking about when my mom works in her garden, she has a 22 on her.
And that's
like strapped onto her.
And that's probably the most dangerous feeling your dad has had in a very.
He didn't appreciate it.
No, he
Yeah,
did not
time.
appreciate it. Not one bit. You know, he's told me several times. He's like, that was stupid.
Did you get your gun out of my truck yesterday?
It's right behind me.
Okay.
But
I don't-
Ben got in my truck, and Ben carries a gun everywhere, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Where do I put this thing?" He's like looking, and I was like, "I don't know, the door. I'm just find a place." He's trying to put in the headrest.
yeah, well, and
I was like, "Where was tactical for you, Ben?"
well, for a long time, I carried one like literally everywhere I went, and then the liability of it, as far as not trusting, like if I end up having to shoot somebody, the thought of it being turned around on me like I did something wrong was kind of scary, and so I got away from carrying one so much. But not to say people shouldn't carry them; it's just a personal thing.
Sounds like it.
I'm gonna say, what are you getting at here?
No,
Because
I'm saying it's up to you. You're going to be, if you shoot somebody, you're the one going to fucking stand in front of the jury, not me. You can do whatever you want to. I just personally don't carry one because if I pulled one out, because I would shoot somebody, and if I did shoot somebody, I don't want to fucking go to prison for it.
That's kind of, but it's better than being dead, right?
Well, it depends, man. I mean,
Hell, he's lived a good life. He's old, dude.
I guess you're right.
yeah,
Your dad won't be going anywhere else without a gun. I promise you that.
Well, he doesn't usually go anywhere with that one, but anyway, no, it was I learned a lot of shit, and no, I won't ever do it again. No, I won't ever sell something and not make them come to me. When they want to buy, I don't give a fuck how much money they got.
Right.
But it was not desperate, because I wasn't desperate to sell it, but it was just like this guy offered me more money than I thought I would get offered, and it was in cash. It was like this. Holy shit! This is about to work out in a way that shit never does.
Well, dude, honestly, when you first started telling that story, I thought you were gonna get down there and the dude didn't have a lick of money on him. It was just a deal, like where he wanted to feel like he was gonna be able to buy it.
Yeah.
The dude had ample amounts of money.
Right.
Oh, God.
And I thought you were going to say when y'all got the car on, I figured y'all were going to be down the road with the Tahoe. Y'all were going to get the car on there, strap it down, and you and your dad got in the Tahoe and took off and let that guy there. That's what I was hoping for. I didn't know you were actually going to go back to the guy's house.
Well, and
that was dumb.
And in hindsight,
Everything
y'all
you
would have
did
took
was
guns.
dumb, but going back to the house.
Well, you got to understand the level of commitment I have to this business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you understand how far I was willing to go. Now,
No, you know what? I know
see.
how far you're willing to go. In hindsight, if you and your old man would have been strapped, you'd have took all the money and the car home.
I don't. The old man won't roll anybody. I'm telling you right now, he's too straight for that. But
They might have pushed him to the point.
well, and he's like I am about being around that amount of money. Like, I've never seen that amount of money just sitting around ever. You know what I mean? I've held checks bigger than that. But. Like one time, I remember my dad was dealing with some stuff, and he had a huge check, and I just wanted to hold it to say I'd held that much money. And he, of course, I was like 13 or 14 years old, so he's like, all right,
You had El Chico's money.
Yeah, I had, I had Burrito Sonora style money.
Yeah, I can't believe you went back to the scene.
But
That's crazy,
dude, it was enough money. It made me fucking nervous. Like.
Who's going to roll up at any point?
Why? You know what I mean? Why? Number one, why bring it all out there? And why have it? I don't want to know. I don't even want to know how he got it.
Well,
you know what I mean?
You're not going to ask stupid questions.
Yeah, and
that's the kind of stuff that really gets you killed in when you start quizzing them out.
Yeah, where'd you get all this money?
Then they start getting paranoid.
Yeah.
You did the Hank Royce thing. I never told you that story, did I?
No.
After the OU Texas game one time, we're down in like the rough part of Dallas, and the guy pulled up next to us at the liquor store, and he had like a Suburban or Tahoe. And Hank rolls down his window because the guy's got his windows down, and he goes, I didn't know what Hank was doing. And he goes, hey, man, are those real bullet holes? And that guy goes, yeah. And Hank goes, okay. And I was like, what? And I looked, and this thing just littered with bullet
shit.
holes. And I was like, oh, my God.
Damn, man. No, I wouldn't do that shit. No. But, like I said,
No, dude, no. I wish you would have told me some of this before you went. I would have been like, no, don't do it. That's that's too large of amount of money to be exchanging hands. Now, I know somebody. We all know somebody that sold their very nice ride to two guys with cash. So, I mean, it does happen, but dude.
Do I?
Well, y'all don't know the story, but yeah, he sold his car, and that's what happened. Two dudes rolled up and gave him his money, and they got in a car and took off, basically.
Well, and that's what I thought was going to happen. You got to understand how well I know this car. What I thought was going to happen was I was going to back the car off the trailer. He was loving the car already. I thought he'll get in it. We'll drive down the road. We'll drive back. I'll get my money. We'll load up and we'll drive away. And I'll be that much money richer. I'll go get my Suburban. I'll have the money to do everything I needed to do.
People killed. You thinking that way,
right?
You got to think at least meet me at Walmart.
Well,
and one trailer right there.
Yeah, or Durant Casino, and you could drive it back home.
We'll drive around in the parking lot or whatever, and then whatever. But don't ever go to their house, dude, and especially in the middle of nowhere.
The only thing that saved you is that homeboy.
You're too.
They planned on rolling you, and when he ask your dad that he don't take no shit.
Yeah, dude.
And he said,
At that
"I
point, they
don't."
thought this
And he's
dude
like,
does have a weapon.
His dude don't take no shit.
Right.
Well, and that's at the end of the day,
Your dad saved your life.
It may have been your dad saving your life for real.
I can say that
Maybe your
I've
dad
known my
did
dad a
save
long
your life.
time, and they better kill him. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll fucking crawl his ass over there, and he will end their life.
Bite your throat anyway.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You ain't.
But anyways,
Don't
no,
go-
but it was
No.
It
Don't
was-
do it again, please.
no,
okay?
no. Well, I won't sell a car. I mean, I'm pretty much done
Don't
trying to
do
sell it.
that again.
No, do it. It's
Ever.
good, it's good podcast content.
The market, yeah, really, yeah. It's a great story. I'm glad you're here,
Dude.
With cheese and rice. I didn't know any of this.
Oh,
You
yeah.
saved it
Yeah.
just for this.
That's what I was
Did
trying
you
to tell
know
you.
I was
Next
gonna-
time we're gonna send you to Asian massage parlor and just see how
Right.
that goes. There's
Right,
like good
supposedly
content.
There's one in McAllister
Yeah.
that we've marked off. That we
I
know.
laughed a lot at y'all's fucking shit over that.
It's true though. It's true.
I was like, let me guess, this buy burgers up Friday night.
Don't say it. I don't want it to get busted.
We'll edit that
I want
out.
to try it out.
Well, how many Asian massage parlors are there in
I don't want it to
McAllen?
get busted.
I don't even know if it is that.
Yeah.
At least let me go through there first.
At least let me try it out.
Let me use the fucking Blue Moon on Tuesday, or what's the You said you gotta
LJ's
know the lingo, and you said the fucking phrase. What was
LJ
it?
is too nice, man. He's too.
What were we talking about?
What was the phrase you said? Well, I have to go back and look at it, dude.
He's too
'Cause he goes, I didn't know what to
trustworthy,
say.
man. He trusts everybody. He, no
What was
matter
it?
what. Dude, when that guy was standing at the road and he's waving at you, and you saw
Should have
that,
just drove right on by.
well, at the very most, or at the very least, don't drive down his driveway.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking.
Don't corner yourself on anybody's land, dude.
Well,
Don't do that.
Yeah, I could see what you're saying. I was just
How could you not see what I'm saying? Why would you do that?
I was
Probably
just
your dad
thinking-
goes, do not go down that road.
no. I mean, you got to know how our minds work, though. I'm a lot like my dad in that.
I should
in
have
that
been there.
instance.
You should have asked me to go with you. I'd have went down there with you, and I'd have been like, "Do not go down that road." And then I'd have been like, "It's okay. I have a gun." You know what I mean? That type of thing. We might get in a shootout, but
Well, and you know, that's at the very least
But
we
I'll
should have
do
had a
my
gun.
best to-
I mean, at the very least we should have had something to protect ourselves with. I agree with you, especially going off down some weird
Samurai
roads.
swords. You should have had samurai swords.
Yeah, that's true.
at the very
that's
least,
true.
you should have
What was it?
samurai
What
sword.
was it you said though? Because remember, Ben said
you walk right.
Ben said
by
I didn't
Gavin's
know
room and
I
then
didn't
grab
know how
the
to bring it
samurai
up
sword?
or something like that, and you said that I'll look it up, and then you came back and messaged a phrase that you're supposed to say.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 'cause
What
I
was
said
the phrase, dude? It's
'cause I
fucking
said-
hilarious.
Oh, is a blue horseshoe loves anaconda steel or something like
Yes,
that.
dude,
yeah. Yeah. I'm like, Ben, you know this. We've heard stories.
I went to one in Houston, and I was almost certain that it was available. That
Yeah.
service was available, but I just didn't know the magic words. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, one of my clients was a head madam, head
Yeah.
honcho.
How do you
Like,
find that shit out? How do you find that dark world shit out? I mean, how do you ever get in that loop? I don't know.
I
Ben
can't- I mean,
drove us to Austin one time
Can't tell
one
you.
night. And I said, Ben, what are we doing here? And he's like, you know what we're doing here.
you're talking-
That ain't how it went
Are
down.
you talking about?
He said it's blue
No,
horseshoe
not
time.
fuzzies. I'm
Not
talking about
fuzzies.
The one we
No,
rode
no.
that bicycle thing to in the back of the
Oh,
alley in
my
Austin.
gosh. And did they have a little slide door or something?
Yeah, and we're like kicking the door. Let us in.
Yeah.
How you're not going to get in. Let us in.
I'm not talking about Fuzzy. It was something else. It was
It's-
called something. Not Fuzzies. Fuzzy
I
was
know.
the other one. What's
Yeah.
the one that we went to that one night and walked in and they all lined up?
That was Fuzzies.
No.
That was Fuzzies on the
No, it was
highway.
like a female
No, because
name. It was
no,
Rubies or
no,
Rosies or
no, it was
something like that.
not Fuzzies.
Fuzzies was the other.
No, something Fox or Firehole.
Foxies.
Foxy's Firehole or something like that.
It was Foxies.
We were in Austin, going to Austin. We just got there. And it's like
This is never going to make the cut, is it?
it's like
Yeah.
it's like
Oh, okay.
it's like 3 in the morning because we didn't know what we were doing. It's like 3 in the morning and like we see like this bar open.
Listen, if there's any story where we go the whole way, we're gonna act like we didn't. You know what I mean? We know when to stop the story.
Okay.
so I was like, I'm gonna go in.
long have you
And
known
I
that?
think Ben's already.
I thought we were on ghost time, like you're going to
Ben
edit
sit
all
in the
this
car
out.
initially.
I think Ben's annoyed because we've been drinking the whole way down there.
Yeah. Oh, obviously, yeah.
And so
Wouldn't you be?
So I go in there, and
Foxes.
it's like a casino, or not a casino, but like a hotel looking kind of thing. And I said, "Hey, like, what is this place? You know, me and some buddies trying to have a good time. You know, and
What is this place?"
She's like, well, what are you looking for?" And I was like, "I don't know. You know, some beer and a good time." She's like, "Well, we got models here." And I was like, "You got what?" She's like, "We got models." And
Trent came out.
And
It was like a 12-year-old boy, man, or 14-year-old boy. He was giddy as it gets. I was like, I mean, he was amped.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was sitting in the car just like.
I was like, "Dude, it's a goddamn whorehouse."
He's like,
Get in here. Your ass is in here.
and I'm like,
Ben's like,
"Are you serious?"
Ben's like, "Whatever."
I'm
You
like,
were
"Whatever."
like, "Dude, we go in there," and I
Ain't
was like,
lie,
I was like this, like, looking at Ben, and all of a sudden, like these like 6 girls just come marching out,
Dude,
like
walking out in the skimpiest lingerie and lined up for us.
What did you guys do?
Well, that's the end of the story.
It's in the story.
Turn this shit off. We're gonna get to the bottom of it.
And then later on, there was another guy with us. And then later on, I said Foxy's.
Yeah.
You know, in a social setting, we were telling the story, you know, but we didn't say the whole story or whatever. And
Yeah.
I said Foxy's.
He knew
And
exactly what you were talking about, didn't he?
he thought I was about to rat him out, you know, but I wasn't.
Oh.
I wasn't.
He's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, all I said was just the name. I wasn't going to tell the rest of the story. We were just, I mean, if you ever heard Trent and us, you know, we will say one name, and we've said Foxy's a million times, but I don't think we've ever, I mean, we've told the story not very many times.
No.
But we've said the name Foxy's a million times
Yeah.
because we don't have to say the story. All we know is,
Right.
you know, so it'll be like, oh, yeah, like Foxy's. But he's
I love
Fuzzy's,
it
but it's
that
not
people are going to get an idea of what I fucking deal with you two.
Fuzzy. Right.
Yeah, I
well,
love
we
this.
told some of that story there. So
I wish
Foxy's.
you could just see me gloating, arms crossed, staring at Ben, like, "I told
I
you."
told you, man. See?
Yeah.
See?
Listen, this place is right there off the highway, you know, and it's so I'm like, all right. So we walk in, you know, I'm like, all
We're
right.
not looking for this. We're not John's out looking. We're at a bar, like a club
Yeah.
or something.
Right. Yeah. And the thing is, you know, my head is always on a swivel, dude. I'm always looking around. I'm always looking around for somebody to come up from behind me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm looking around, and
Where are the
first of all,
feds?
I don't even want to get out of the car because I'm thinking, yeah, we're fixing to get busted or whatever.
Something's
And
goofy
but then
about
I
it.
was like, well, I'm gonna go see, you know. So we roll in and walk in. I mean, right when we walked in, dude, they rolled out and lined up. It was like, take your pick, basically, you know.
Dude, I would see. I don't have the guts for that kind of shit. Like,
It's like this. It's like the time we went to Aspen, you know, and we're downtown Aspen, and like we meet a guy that his mom lives in Wilburton.
Yeah. We,
oh, yeah, I remember you guys saying that.
He's like,
yeah.
"You guys want to come to the X Games party?" We're like, "Yeah, we're here for the X Games." He goes, "This is the Extract Games party," and we're like, "What?" And he's like, "Marijuana, man. We got all this marijuana, and it's free. You just judge it, like edibles and
It's
yada,
free.
yada." We walk
All
in,
you
dude,
want.
and it is tables full of marijuana products. He's like, "Where y'all from?" We're like, "Oklahoma." He's like, "What part?" We're like, "Man, you won't know." We're like, "Southeastern Oklahoma." He's like, "Try me." We're like, "Wilburton." He goes, "You know Rusty McCormick?"
He goes,
Damn.
well, first he said Robert's Cave.
Yeah.
He goes, Robert's Cave.
Yeah.
I love it. We go. And he goes,
Yeah.
yeah, but my mom lives down there, and I was like, no, no, she don't.
Yeah.
But Robert's Cave was good, dude. You, I mean, you really got us there.
Yeah.
But no, your mom don't live in.
Well, that's
And you like her boyfriend's
you can
Rusty
narrow it
McCormick?
down, but
Yeah.
Rusty McCormick. I
We're
mean,
in a probably a multi-million-dollar apartment condo.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, nothing's cheap there.
It's downtown
It's
Aspen.
downtown Aspen. It's like, I mean, I would think celebrities would be interested in this property, and he's living there.
how did you guys end up there anyway?
I left we were walking down the street and we were like,
See, I can't even tell you that part.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I just know we were just walking. I mean, we walked all over Aspen every time. You know,
So y'all just watching for something to pop off, and you're like, hell, let's
Oh,
something's going
No,
on over
all
there.
the way stopped us.
all the way there. There's a dude doing snow angels in the snow in the middle of the road, and he's from McAllister.
Yeah.
Didn't even know it. We walked right by him. I walked right up to him and laughing and stuff. He's doing snow angels, and then later on, find out that that dude lives in
Man,
McAllister.
Oklahoma was all up in that bitch.
Yeah, we didn't even know it. I mean, we thought no one's gonna know what we do, you know. And that's what I'm saying, dude. We know, man. Don't think that there ain't somebody there that knows you, because there always is. I don't
Man.
care if you are in Palm Springs, California. You're gonna run into somebody.
That's what I tell my kids
that
about
knows
social media.
somebody
Dude.
that knows you.
And
Yeah.
apparently we had such a good time at this party that I left my coat there in the gosh damn January in Aspen. And we had to go back the next day to get it before we went snowboarding.
Imagine you leaving your coat.
I know. Kansas City.
We walked by that. Yes, we walked by that place a few times, and it was like free weed. And I was like, dude, we're in this place. We finally go up in there, and it's just people. A lot of people having a good time, but the whole time my head's on a swivel. I'm ready for somebody to come rob us.
And you know me, my head's on a swivel too.
But we are in downtown Aspen. None of that stuff happens. You know what I mean? None of that happens. No one's coming to rob nobody.
Yeah.
It's not a
Ben got
it's not an
Ben got
easily
roofied. Yeah.
it's not an easily accessible place, but I'm just like watching. I'm like, dude, someone's gonna roll up here. Free weed, come on. And we're in a $100 condo or apartment or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It was
Good times.
good times, man. We've had a lot of good times, and those are the stories we can tell. So, anything else? We're gonna wrap it up.
Wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up, yo.
Yeah, because my ears are hurting real bad from these headphones.
So,
Oh, you're getting headaches now too?
not headaches. My ears are.
I'm gonna ask you, Trent, since you're the guest. Who should be the next? Who should be the one that sits in that seat next? You got anybody in mind? Not that we're short on people to come on, but I just thought that was a kind of cool. And don't say Sylvester Stallone or Stallone. Don't say.
I was gonna say my boy Rocky Pendergrass. Man, if you ever go to this place on Largo, it is off the chain.
Okay, but I've tried to get a hold of him, and it's so off the chain. He's not willing to.
Let me think. Someone that would be a good guest.
Do you think of it? What do you want to plug?
Well, you know me. Well, you don't know me, but you will know me. Just kidding. I'm going to plug, this time I'm going to be a little selfish. I'm going to plug my own business, and it's Sandboys ATVs. It's a new, we went over it 14 times in the podcast, but still, a rental. You can rent side-by-sides and take them out in these parks. I'll deliver them, and you can...
Rent by the hour?
Or by the hour, by the day. I'll take them out there, let you ride them all day, and provide you some helmets and goggles, riding gear, that kind of thing like that, so you're safe whenever you're doing it.
You're going to be up and running soon.
I will be by the time this thing hits.
No, it'll be up soon because we don't have to cut anything out hardly, so I can get this thing edited and up and going.
Like this week, you're going to get it?
Yes.
Dude, come on, bro.
I know. That's what I'm saying. By the time it hits, I'll be going.
I might have it done tomorrow.
Oh.
Because I don't have to cut anything out.
Oh no, there's a lot to cut.
No, there's not. No cut.
Well, I'll say I would say, unless something bad happens.
Give a date. I'm just saying,
very soon.
Coming very soon. You don't have a pricing list or anything ready, but all of this is coming full circle. It's going to be ready to go.
All I'm waiting on is
quickly.
to secure the capital, and I've got some pretty good lines on it right now. Anyway,
well,
so.
that's a lot of personal stuff that I wouldn't even bring up, but whatever.
Well, that's the only thing I'm waiting on is just that.
Well, you just say, hey, we got details coming.
Well, then cut the shit out. Then I am working on it, and it will be.
No, you've already
soon.
talked about it all.
Well, I'm just saying, you can cut the fucking one thing that I said out or whatever. I don't care, or you don't have to. Whatever.
You said a lot.
I'm pretty
stuff,
transparent. I don't care.
Yeah, I know.
I don't care. I mean, what I got to lose? What are they going to do? Take my idea?
Well, I mean, they know you're going to roll up, and not have any weapons on you, and.
Well, I won't be. Most of this shit I'm going to have other people doing. I mean, I'm not going to have time really, but there'll be some weekends that I'll be working, but there'll be.
I was just making a joke about.
I know, but somebody in my family will be doing. I mean, it's going to be a family-run thing, so yeah, we'll bring them out there and drop them off, and you just get in it and take off and have fun.
Basically, anywhere.
I mean,
or are you targeting
not anywhere in the state? No,
well,
I'm not going to let you take my shit.
Says, hey man, I live in Eufaula area, and I want to take one to the sand. Will you bring it out here to the sand? Or I live,
I might do that.
Just make sure you have a plan for all that. It's
well, I mean, a lot of that stuff. I mean, if they're not going to go to a park, if they're not going somewhere where. Like I don't want them to just take my ride and take off and be caught on somebody else's land or something like that. So if you're not going to like a designated UTV park, then no, I probably wouldn't be that interested in renting to you then. But
Okay.
You know, be savvy is if you got the guys from Pottsboro to be your business partners.
Yeah.
I'm
They got
hoping to
capital.
never.
I feel like they got the capital.
I'm hoping to never lay eyes on them again. If I do, I'll run the other way.
Well, if you do, hopefully it's in McAllister and maybe it's like at Walmart or something.
I hope if I see them, I'm going to assume they're up here trying to rob me or some shit. So I'm going to probably shoot them if I see them.
Well, I'm just thinking maybe if he contacts you and want to go ahead and buy the car.
No, I'm not going to sell it now, dude. It's over with. No, he blew his chance. Plus, I don't want him fucking it up. No, my car's too good for that. It's too nice for him. You know?
Who should be in the seat next, man?
Man,
Got anybody in mind?
I got like a few people.
Okay.
Oliver Skimbo. He's got a lot of great stories.
Yeah, I've already talked to Oliver about it. Go ahead.
Kirk Miller.
I would love to have Kirk Miller on.
And I think it'd be easy to reach out to him because he's very active on social media. Tim Means, the UFC fighter.
Is he very active?
Oh yeah, I talked to him on there like before in the past. Just anytime I message him, like, hey man, when did you from Wilburton? And I think he was kind of Corky Tomlin and them. That's who I think. Like I never asked him that, but I think that's kind of what I'm gathering. But I think you reach out to him on
Corky Tomlin, the Tomlins. Man, I forgot all
Yeah.
about. I mean,
I think if you reached out to him on
good people too.
Oh yeah, I think you reached out to him on Facebook. He'd come on. I think he'd call in. Of course, he lives in New Mexico. Just have him call in. Talk to him about the UFC. Coming from Wilburton, like what he remembers, yada yada. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's a
I
damn
watch
good
every
idea.
time he fights. I watch it,
Yeah.
and it always says Wilburton, Oklahoma. That's pretty cool.
That's weird, yeah.
That or you get like a Lane Adams or I'm trying to think, because Gavin, he's going to college to play football and get someone on here who's, Chris Hammond, someone from Wilburton, someone we were familiar with that did it, talk to them about it, their experiences, some great stories that you would never hear anywhere else. And then, any advice, for Gavin or anything like that to give them.
It's a good idea.
I wonder if we could get Chris Hammonds. That'd be a pretty cool one. Because, he's been there and done that,
Yeah.
national championship and all that. That'd be kind of neat to hear if he would talk about some of that stuff, kind of how all that went and all that.
Yeah.
Be cool. And I haven't talked to him in 20 years probably, so it'd be real cool to catch up with him.
I don't know if I've ever even talked to him.
And he's been on, what has he been on?
Survivor.
Yeah, and something. He was on another show too.
Really? Is he talking
Was it
about
the
that?
Amazing Race? Was he on that?
Yeah,
I think
that's
it
what it
was.
was. Yeah,
There you go. My work here is done.
Right.
good job, man.
You want to plug anything? You got anything to plug? Any business to plug? Any bow fishing team? Any bow
Fat
fishing lure?
grasses. That's it.
You already know who Plug Uglies is. I ain't got to put it in your mouth.
Gadzooks. You want to
I'm-
plug, you gotta plug the Gadzooks.
I'm down.
sure?
I'm down with Godzooks.
You got to plug something.
Um,
You don't got a friend that's got a business that you want to plug?
I'm gonna plug a Suzu, baby.
A Suzu?
A Suzu.
Yeah, Trinity's
People
in the
are-
business of a Suzu.
It's
If
not.
you having a Suzu, he's interested.
It's not Suzuki because every time I go to O'Reilly's, it's Suzuki. No, it's a Suzu with an I.
They say that?
Not just them. People like in passing talking about it. Like, but anyways, it's a bad deal.
Wait a second. People at work at
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly's.
They always look up Suzuki. They go to the Samurai or a Sidekick.
Have you been to O'Reilly's in McAllister?
Yeah.
Then how can you be asking them if he's sure?
And not even necessarily O'Reilly's.
I can completely fucking see
Yeah.
it being exactly that way.
I've had.
I didn't just dream this shit up.
Well, I
anyway,
haven't had to-
so Zuzu, Troopers, Amigos, pickups, they're rad. If you
They're
ain't,
rad.
yeah, they're rad. They're cool.
If you think they're bad, call Trent.
Yeah, if you want to be my friend, my
He may be
Suzu
interested.
friend, I'm looking for new friends.
Are you looking for
friends
new
that don't like
rides?
El Chicos?
Are you looking for more?
If my wife's listening, no.
The blue horseshoe, whatever the fuck
Yeah.
you said earlier.
The Blue Horseshoe is not interested in Anaconda Steel. Okay?
Well, I appreciate both you guys, your Suzus, and your business because you allow me to be your insurance guy, and I greatly appreciate it. And this is where I'm gonna, plug Blackline Insurance Group. I'm the agent. I'm the owner. I started it a couple years ago. I am deep into home, auto, commercial, marijuana, Medicare supplements. I do it all.
Brothels.
I do it all.
We talked
Life
about brothels. You do
insurance,
brothels.
We did talk about brothels.
Do you cover brothels?
I can get coverage for those, yes. Absolutely. Massage parlors.
Scooter
I could probably get-
companies? They're going to need insurance.
Absolutely, I can get insurance.
You're
for
probably out of that one though from your negative talk. But full circle, my wife did bring up. I just renewed the Isuzus. I need you to check on the side by side, if I paid it yearly, how I did that.
I don't want to talk personal business on here.
I
right
want
now.
to.
You know
I
what
want
mean?
people
Oh,
to
you
know that I give you all my business because you're the best in the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll check on it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have moved all my insurance to you over the process of time.
Almost.
Well, what do you not have?
I just said almost.
You've got everything,
I
far
don't
as
have your
know.
life.
Oh, I don't do life insurance.
You're gonna need it if you keep on going to Pottsboro.
I know.
real.
I know.
I can't believe you'd roll up there with no life insurance.
Well,
no gun and no life insurance, bro. Come on.
Well, we're about to get butt wild on the Sandboy shit. We got to get it done.
I'm having fun.
Figuring it out.
Yeah, getting it all figured out because those kind of businesses are not your typical business. You know what I mean? And so those are.
Well, I got other stuff that's going to
Small
progress.
challenge.
You and I have talked about it. I mean, there's going to be more services available as we go here. We just got to
Massage
get it taken off.
Oh,
You know.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sandboys Massage Parlor.
Hell yeah.
Blackline Insurance Group, message me. You know, I'm different places, so I'm really not like a walk-in type agency. So it's better to message me and be like, "Hey, dude, I need insurance on this."
And I've got you looking
Call
up shit
me.
a lot.
Well, I'm saying email me, call me, message me. You know, and if we need to meet in person, that's fine. But we can do just about everything, or actually, we can do everything over the phone or over email.
Yeah.
I mean, I've wrote a lot of policies and never said one word to the person. You know, and it's easier for them. And I'm the same way sometimes. You know, it's just you know, if you're busy or whatever, text. Hey man, this is what I need. Get back at me when you can, and that's. I mean, you know, maybe 5 minutes later, be like, hey, I need this or this or this, and you know, send me this info. Da, 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 da. So I make it easy, and you guys both know that's the truth.
I'm glad we did a short podcast.
Me too.
My email's been at blacklineinsurancegroup.com.
And we're gonna come up with a new jingle.
Oh yeah, that's
I
another
don't
thing.
drink coffee every day.
Was
Yeah.
there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Oh, dude, there was a lot, but we didn't get into it. So,
Oh, really?
mm-hmm.
Oh, dang it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All I knew was I
just want to put some good content out there.
Right,
I
what I
want
want-
to get some creative things going on with you guys. We'll talk about.
I'm
later.
all about it.
Mhm.
I'm all about it.
Yep.
I'm all about it all.
Well, I think we should don't abandon the jingle idea. We need a jingle pretty bad.
Right.
I wouldn't mind if people submitted some things, like some audio files with them singing a jingle or something like that. We could kind of go through them and see if we want to pick one. And the one selected would be the jingle. I mean, we could play it before every podcast if it's a good one.
Do we have any creative juices out there?
What was
that
that?
are
What
listening?
was that Dre song? Smoke weed every day. I want to do a jingle if we could do, like you said, manipulate the sound enough where it would sound like it. I don't drink coffee every day. There you go. Just made it.
Well, all I know is submit.
Submit it.
I
Submit it,
I
and
would
the
like.
board will look at it.
I would
and
definitely like to
decide.
see what people can come up with, just to give us an idea, because we suck at coming up with a jingle.
I just had the winners right there.
We haven't
I
really
don't drink
actually
coffee every
tried.
day.
Well, we don't drink coffee.
But we don't do
I
it.
said I don't drink coffee every day. Every day. You see what I did there?
But I
Every
need you to
day.
submit that and send it in.
I need a what's it called? A hook. I need the hook.
Yeah, you do. So submit it. Send it in.
I got it. You make it now. There's the idea.
It's not the whole thing.
I'll get the turntables and shit out when I get home.
Well, I would say whatever they send the audio file, that if the winner, we would use that audio file as
That particular
Yeah.
one.
What's everybody using these days? It's still what was that? Real time? We real timing it? You know, like a 10-second jingle takes you 20 minutes to download. Is that what we're doing?
They've got a thing even in Facebook now, I think, where you can record like short audio or short video and message people with it. So, I mean, even that would work, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, yes, that would work. All you got to do is go into Messenger and hit the little mic, and boom,
Yeah.
there you
Or
go.
sing
you,
it
can
to
do that
us.
you can do that on iPhones.
Dude,
Voice
it's like,
memo.
it's
Yep,
like
yep.
You can't do that on Android.
shower shoes on Howard Stern. We need a shower shoes. Have you ever listened to shower shoes? Dude, that dude is probably the most talented guy I've ever seen in my life.
Well, he's never been in this room with us three.
Right.
Very true. Very true.
He is a very talented and very strange individual. And I don't know if he's strange on purpose and that's just his thing. But, dude, he's spot on.
You know what's strange? Us dragging this out. Good night.
He
I
would
love
make a
y'all.
whole bunch of awesome jingles. Make a jingle, send it to us. I Don't Drink Up a Podcast. Ben Klein, Trent Hardaway,
LJ.
Lucas Johnson.
Keep your eyes out
Special
for
guest, Trent Hardaway.
Yep. Keep watching for
Not a
Sam
very
Boys
special
ATVs because it's coming. So be watching and get ready to go rent some shit from me so I can
Coming
have a life.
soon near you.
We love you.
Yep. Thanks.